What's good? Y'all know who it is. Y'all know what it is. It's your boy Matthew Shack, live here in Los Angeles. Welcome to Matthew Shack Unfiltered Tuesday. Salute to everybody. First things first, Unfiltered Nation. What's poppin'? Okay? Unfiltered fam. What it do? All right? And any of the guests that might have be showing up, welcome. Okay? Let's hit the like button. The like button is there to prove that we're here. We're not bots, man. We're not AI. Hit that button. Okay? Just keep the likes at 50. 50% or higher. Always higher is always best. Last, not least, tip the man that's giving you the good game. That would be me. What's going on, y'all? What's happening? I'm already blazing one for the nation already, man. But I keep trying to tell you guys, man, that no matter how tired you guys are of the Maxx Crosby situation, the media is never tired. The media is not going to get tired because you want it to go away. The media is going to keep digging. And I try to tell you, as long as things are coming out that we didn't know, I'm going to talk about it, bro. Okay? And once again, ESPN. It's in the game. Okay? None of you guys don't know what ESPN stands for, but I'll go ahead and tell you. Entertainment, Sports, Programming, Network. That's what ESPN stands for, bro. Not sports entertainment. Entertainment, sports programming. Entertainment is first with ESPN, bro. It's not second. All right? Sports is second. So ESPN is going to continually use this entertaining content and take it to the next level. I just read today, bro. Now, you guys, like I said, a lot of you guys, y'all got to follow along, bro. Okay, those remedial reading classes aren't working. ESPN just put out a hit piece again. I told you about the hit piece before, bro. I told you about how ESPN hits those hit pieces, bro. And that hit piece of talking about Tom Brady and his involvement since the beginning, and everyone said he wasn't, and he wasn't involved with this, and he wasn't involved with that. For that ESPN hit piece to come out and show you that he has been. He's had his hands on this football team. He is responsible for AP being fired. He is responsible for his best friend having the job. He is responsible for bringing in Pete Carroll. He is responsible for bringing in Geno Smith. He is responsible for going 3-14. ESPN absolutely exonerated and just put to bed, just slam dunk what I've always told you over here. I get it right. Moment one, second one, when I told you Brady wasn't doing nothing, ESPN came out with this huge ass hit piece to prove it. ESPN just did it again, bro. They just did it again, talking about the Maxx Crosby Raiders to Ravens trade that was rescinded, and they dug and they found out more information that you don't know about. And I'm here to give you the Cliff Notes version, okay? I read the entire article, but the article was way too long, bro. I'm not going to read that article. That article was about a good 5 pages, all right? An absolute mastery course in pulling back the absolute veil and shade on all the stuff they don't want us to know. And you know what, bro? I'm here for it all, bro. Hey, man. I've been sitting here 42 years waiting for a ring. I've been sitting here 23 years waiting for a playoff win. I'm not gonna act like none of this shit is an out because I'm worried about relationships. Nah, I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there because you don't know. And none of these other channels is talking about it because they're too afraid to. But I'm not. I buy my own tickets. All right. So here we go. All right. This is the Cliff Notes version. It's only 1 page. The real article, I would advise you to go to ESPN.com. It's there right now. if you want the full blow-by-blow transcript, all right? But I'm not doing that. It's too damn long, all right? So I'm just going to read the Cliff Notes version, bro, the one-page version, okay? Here's what it says, courtesy of Heavy.com, because Heavy.com just concised it for me. I didn't have to figure out what parts to use. They're quoting them directly, but they made it into a nice one-page situation. Let's get these likes up, man. The likes ain't liking. The likes haven't been liking. It wasn't liking yesterday, and they need to like today, all right? So here it is. Just when you thought the Maxx Crosby Ravens situation was over, new details have been revealed on Baltimore's Ravens side of things. You heard the Raiders side, you heard Max's side, you heard everybody else's side, you ain't heard the Ravens side. So the article is, this right here is, this is very, okay, let me get to it. I'll wait, all right. The Ravens offered 2 first-round picks to acquire Crosby from Las Vegas Raiders. According to multiple sources, Maxx did not pass the physical in Baltimore, which led to the Ravens backing out. We know that. But here's what you don't know. ESPN's Ryan McFadden revealed in-depth details, hit piece, on how the trade fell apart. So here's what they did after digging and talking to sources and talking to people who don't want their name out there. They finally got it all out. Here it is. Quote, this is Ryan McFadden, ESPN. Go find his Twitter if you have a complaint. In addition to their own doctors, the Ravens had a handful of doctors outside the organization to weigh in on Crosby's knee, including Dan Cooper. Remember I told you about Dr. Cooper? Dan Cooper, a renowned knee specialist and the Cowboys team doctor. I mean, if you can't talk about a conflict of interest, that's it, okay? McFadden wrote. Here we go. Crosby's knee was an issue before the trade happened. We know that. He underwent meniscus repair surgery on January the 7th. We know that. So here's what they said. Quote, Crosby's knees was a concern between the Ravens and the Raiders before the trade. Listen very, very closely. Get these likes up. Listen very closely. You have to pay attention, bro. You have to really listen, all right? We're not going to write it in crayon for you. Crosby's knee was a concern that was discussed before the trade. That means that they talked about what you're finding out, what you're going to find out. The Raiders knew this. The Ravens knew this. Now, I've always told you that there isn't any bylaws about whether or not you can keep a trade, rescind a trade. It's all a matter of risk. When you go to Vegas, if you know, scared money don't win none. So if you don't want to lose no money, we got the penny slots for you. If you a real gambler, you can go to the high stakes table. We'll take a penny bet. We'll take $100 million bet. That's how it works. Are you gung ho enough to do this deal? Now listen, okay? According to league sources, Crosby was more than a month removed from knee surgery. We know that. And began to walk without crutches on February 27th, McFadden wrote. Nonetheless, the Baltimore Ravens made the trade for Crosby on March the 6th. On March the 9th, Crosby said on his podcast he was flown to D.C., then driven to Baltimore, excited about a fresh new start. Okay, that's when he had, the end of it. The Ravens' main concern about Crosby centered around his durability after surgery in January. We heard that the Ravens were concerned about how his long-term prognosis was going to be. They were concerned. We know that. That was what was said, okay? Crosby said on his podcast he went a physical and an MRI on March the 10th. The Ravens' concern on the certainty of Crosby's durability after a couple of seasons in Baltimore because of a degenerative issue in his knee. A source told ESPN McFadden wrote. Did you hear that Maxx Crosby had a degenerative issue in his knee? You didn't hear that, did you? You didn't hear that Max had a degenerative issue in his knee? All of us do, though, depending on how old you are. You're going to lose cartilage in your knee. As you get older, cartilage wears out. Cartilage does not repair itself. There's a lot of people I know that's bone on bone. If you stood up a lot on your job, if you had to squat and get up and you're an athlete or any of these kind of things, if you was on a boat a long time, your knees are going to start to degenerate. All right? But Maxx Crosby's 28 years old. He ain't 38, he ain't 58, he ain't 68. He ain't even 30. Okay? You didn't hear nothing about a degenerative issue in Crosby's knee. But guess who knew about that? The Ravens knew about it, and the Raiders knew about it. They knew about it before the trade. Wasn't never talked about, though. Let me continue. McFadden also added that the source close to the Raiders explained that the Ravens had a lot of information about Crosby's knee, but made the trade anyway. So this Ryan McFadden talked to somebody with the Raiders. I don't know who it is. It could be anybody. Let's get these likes up. It could be anybody. But according to his source with the Raiders, the Ravens knew everything. Ravens knew he had the meniscus repair. They knew when he had it. They knew that there was a degenerative issue. They knew all of that. Okay? They still traded for him. Quote, multiple sources. Remember, there's 6 doctors that were in there. Okay? You had the Ravens doctor. You had Dr. Dan Cooper, who just did the surgery on Malik Neighbors and Patrick Mahomes, one of the leading knee guys in the world. And you had 4 other doctors in there, all looking at the same MRIs. Okay? All of them, including Max's doctor, who's back in Vegas, Dr. Della Andra. Okay? Here we go. Multiple sources believed, with direct knowledge of this, believed that the Raiders and Crosby's representatives were transparent about the injury throughout the trade process, and that Baltimore did excessive research and extensive research on Crosby's recovery and timeline during that time, McFadden wrote. So they're saying everybody did their due diligence, but everybody knew Max had a degenerative issue in his knee. Everybody knew that. Raiders knew it. Ravens knew it. Doctors knew it. Guess who else knew it? Max knew it. He knew it too. Everybody knew it. You know who didn't know it? You. Me. They conveniently didn't say that. All right, here we go. All right. Ravens get 2 first-round picks back after backing out. The Baltimore Ravens had not traded a first-round pick in their 31-year history until they made the trade for Crosby. This move made sense due to the Ravens' inability to get to the quarterback in 2025. With the NFL draft coming up, Baltimore could buffer their pass rush even more and have their first-round picks back in 2026 and 2027 by signing Trey Hendrickson. Here's the statistics. Quote, Baltimore ranked 28 in pass with a rush rate of 29%. That's horrible. 30th in sacks. Baltimore Ravens GM Eric DeCosta believed that Maxx Crosby, one of the league's most decorated edge rushers, was, quote, born to be a Raven. Eric DeCosta said he was born to be a Raven. If he was born to be a Raven, why was he born a Raider? Like I said before, bro, these are things that didn't come out in the initial report. This is stuff that people said that Eric DaCosta was saying. Eric DaCosta has been eyeing your boy Max, talking about he should have been a Raven from Jump Street. I mean, it's just incredible to me, all right? It would be an immediate fix to a problem, McFadden said. Crosby, a 5-time Pro Bowler, 2-time second-team All-Pro, has established himself as one of the best run stuffers in the NFL. Former All-Pro recorded 10 sacks last year. Furthermore, Crosby will remain a Raider and signed a 3-year, $106 million contract extension in 2025, and all of this before the trade happened. On the Ravens side, they still got a game-changing pass rusher in Trey Hendrickson. Hendrickson led the league in sacks in Baltimore with the 2024 when he was with the Bengals. Now, what is the degenerative issue? When I read about that, it didn't say what the issue was. So what did I have to do? I had to dig. I had to do what I do to find out where and what it was. According to what I found out by just going to the places that I go to, going to where I know I'm going to get the information. Little bit of digging, not a lot, but it took me about 10 minutes to figure out who was going to say it. Of course, when they said it, they weren't going to put their name on it, but it makes sense. A degenerative issue means that your knee is slowly deteriorating, bro. It means it is deteriorating. It's just like this. Okay, once the tobacco burns off, you have something that's called ash. See that? This is degenerative tobacco. It turns into this. Max's knee is degenerating. All right. They said, according to what I found out, it's arthritis in the knee. His knee is arthritic. It is in the early stages of arthritis. Now, the man's 28 years old. Does that really matter? Nah, not when you're 28. It don't matter, bro. Okay? Not really. But if you're going to give up 2 first-round draft picks when you got a whole Trey Hendrickson right there, that was their exit clause right there. They knew from the beginning, and the report, it says the Raiders did nothing wrong. They were very upfront about it. His agents were very upfront about it and everything. The Ravens still wanted Max, but they knew that they could back out of the deal at any time. Degeneration. Okay? They knew that they had an out anytime. So when they traded for Maxx Crosby, they did it knowing that they could back out at any time. There was no pressure on the Ravens. No pressure on the Ravens to do anything. All they did was they guaranteed themselves an edge rusher. We'll go ahead and trade for Max. We know there's some future issues in the future. And while we get Max, we will pursue Trey Hendrickson. Now, is that slimy? Yeah. Is that dirty macking? Yeah. But that's game, though. If you know that you could get away with some shit and nothing's gonna happen, then what are we talking about? If you're working the drive-through and a man comes up and comes behind the counter and he tells you to open up your register and take some money out and walks out, that sounds like somebody getting robbed, right? Sounds like, hey man, this man walked in here, told me to open the register, took everything out, walked out, got in his car and left. Call the police, right? Until they find out who the man is. Who's the man? And the man's name is Ray Kroc. He's the founder of McDonald's. It's his McDonald's. That's the difference. You can't arrest a man for going into his own business and taking the money out of the register and walking away. That's the difference. Yeah, if it was anybody else going in there telling you empty the register, empty the safe, that's a robbery. But when my name is on the business, then give me all the money and I'll talk to you later. That's exactly what the Ravens did, bro. The Ravens absolutely they played the shit out of the Raiders and Maxx Crosby, bro. Unfortunately, dog, they had an out. Once they had that Trey Hendrickson shit locked, they sent Max back. And guess what? That's why you haven't heard nothing. That's why you haven't heard no NFLPA coming out saying Max got railroaded. That's why you're not seeing any fines from Roger Goodell, because he had a degenerative issue in his knee that was reported to be arthritic that can affect him later on down the line. All right? Get these likes up. These likes definitely ain't liking, bro. They ain't liking at all. Okay? And that damn ESPN hit piece, 5 pages. I read the entire thing and I'm like, man, that's all you had to say in the beginning. But when you're trying to trade somebody and you're trying to get 2 first-round draft picks and a notable player, and then it drops down to 2 first-round draft picks, the Raiders were coming up. The Raiders were actually coming up because of that degenerative issue. Nobody said Max couldn't play next year. Nobody said that. They were concerned about future years. How's that knee gonna look in 2027? How's that knee gonna look in 2028? How's that knee gonna look in 2030? We don't know. But what we do know is that the Ravens absolutely played that shit masterfully. Okay? Because they had everybody look at them. You got Dan Cooper from the Dallas Cowboys. You got all these top-notch surgeons looking at the same MRI saying, yeah, man, we can't guarantee that Max is going to do this and do that in 2 years from now, 3 years from now. Okay? Now, I got my money's on Max. My money's on Max. Okay? There's been plenty of people who's played with all kinds of issues. Okay? But that is a valid issue, bro. That's valid. You're giving you 2 first-round draft picks for a player whose knees is got, arthritic situations in it, allegedly. Dude, they played it. They're like, man, we're going to hold on to Max. That's why they let him fly there the long way. That's why they didn't scramble a jet. Let's get these likes up. That's why they didn't scramble a jet. That's why they put him on a damn domestic aircraft. That's why they flew him to Dulles International Airport in DC. That's why he had a 2-hour drive from Dulles to Baltimore, which isn't a 2-hour drive. I do that all the time. Okay? That drive from there to there is not 2 hours unless you're going when he went, rush hour traffic, 6-hour flight, 2-hour ride to the hotel, get yourself together. That's probably another hour and a half. Then get to the facility, probably another hour, and then sit there for 5 hours while they were on the phone working a deal with Trey Hendrickson. ESPN just blew it out. The Ravens didn't say anything about it. The Raiders didn't say anything about it. Max didn't say anything about it. But guess what? It's out because the ESPN investigative journalism team doesn't play. They don't play, bro. That's what I wait for. I say what it is I know, and then I sit back and wait for ESPN to come out with an absolute hit piece on this situation. This is basically everybody knowing what time it was. Everybody knew what time it was, dog. Okay? Straight up. The baby daddy knew You were at his house with his kids. He knew it. You knew he knew. She knew he knew. He knew he knew. Everybody in the hood knew. Everybody knew what it was. And then when some shit went down, everybody knew what it was. Okay? Straight up. But nobody said nothing. They talked to them. They said, hey man, my phone hasn't stopped ringing, bro. I'm in shambles. I wanted to get both of them. They say whatever they want to say. Raiders are like, they backed out of the deal. They said there, Max, I'm confused. I don't understand. Everybody's blah, 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 blah. But this right here, bro, this right here says it all. Right here says it all. Everybody knew about the degenerative knee situation. The Ravens used that shit to their advantage, bro. Okay? So at the end of the damn day, man, when you're dealing with the National Football League, bro, man, you're better off just doing what I do. I don't have any extra information, but I've been a fan so long, and I've been in so many different scenarios. There's the old saying goes, there's three versions of the truth. There's their side, and the truth. And that's it. They said this, they said that, the truth is here. I just go with what I feel, I put it out, and then I wait. Then I sit back and wait for people like ESPN, okay? For those of you guys that are coming in late, right now on ESPN.com, it is all there. An absolute mastery of an investigative journalism piece, okay, by what's his name? Ryan McFadden, ESPN. It's on there right now, bro. 5 pages. Y'all can open up another window, listen to Shaq, watch it yourself, okay? Or listen or read it yourself, okay? But if you can't read, you might have to have somebody read it to you. Everybody knew this. Everybody knew this. Okay? Everybody. You didn't know this. All right? Now, here's the thing. Dallas Cowboys immediately pulled out because they made an offer too. Jerry Jones and the Cowboys made a trade offer for Maxx Crosby. Like I said, everybody knew this, but they still wanted to trade for Max. But they didn't want to trade for Max for how much that we wanted. You got to understand, risk, reward. Okay? It's like anything else. Risk, reward. All right? What would you do if you knew that the risk was small? You'd probably do a whole bunch of foul shit. You'd probably do something really strange for some change if it wasn't a repercussion. If you knew you can be on your interstate wherever you live at, and you can drive 120 miles an hour, and you get pulled over by the state troopers, here we call them California Highway Patrol, and you were driving at a dangerous speed, and all they were going to do was tell you, hey man, just slow down, Harry, man. Why are you speeding around? Every day I got to pull you over, bro. I'm sorry, man. I'm late for work, bro. Man, slow down, bro. All right? All right. If you knew that was always going to happen, man, you're going to take off and speed some more. You're going to do that. But you know that you drive at 120, what's going to happen? Okay? You know your car getting towed. You know you're going to get arrested for reckless driving. You know all of these repercussions, bro. You're like, hey, man, drinking and driving. If all you knew that you was going to get a warning and a slap on the wrist for driving after drinking four 12 packs with the homies, you wouldn't be tripping. Your license ain't suspended. Your insurance didn't go up. So everybody wanted Max regardless of this. But they didn't want to give up 2 first-round draft picks and a notable player. Why do you think it dropped down? Why do you think it went down from two first-round draft picks and 1 notable player to 2 first-round draft picks? Now everybody's calling the Raiders and they're lowballing the shit out of them now. Now it's not even a first. We're still interested in Max, man, but we'll give you a slice of cornbread, man, and some honey butter for him. You might as well. You ain't getting no more for him. At least you'll have something to eat. Okay? So that's the point. The point is everybody knew this shit, but we didn't. And my point is, hey man, if the NFL's gonna do all of this, man, my team's gonna say one thing and the other team's gonna say something else, then what's the use, man, of me even being concerned about this stuff, man? It's always some dirty macking. It's always something that they're leaving out, bro. It's always something. Always. All you had to say is that. But you didn't want to do that because it would have went against the Raiders was just hoping that somebody was gonna bite. They get rid of a $106 million contract and get it on somebody else's time and get 2 first-round draft picks. Shit, man, that's not a bad deal for two guys that don't care about the Raiders. The Raiders pedigree. You're talking about two guys that are coming in here trying to make the team into their own image. They're not worried about Max is an icon with us and he's he's one of our greatest players of all time and all of that type of shit. They don't care about that, bro. They bought into this business to make money. And that's good business. It's not good legacy. It's not good legacy. It's not good for the shield. It's not good for what we stand for. But when you got people coming in buying into something that they don't care about, they're gonna make it into their own image, bro. That's what it is. That's what men do. Men want things into their own image. They want to run things their way, unless you're a simp. You marry a woman who has 3 kids. A lot of my boys have done that. They've married, a woman that has children or whatever. They don't say, well, you know what? You're not my kid, so under my roof, do whatever you want. When the kid says you're not my dad, they're gonna say I'm not your father, but guess what? I'm your stepfather. When you in my house, you're gonna do what I say. Because men want things their way. They want their way. And I don't know why you guys stopped that. Anybody that came over here that isn't a Raider, DNA, nurtured, pedigree, raised in the game person has always came in here and flipped your damn bedspread. Just flipped your mattress over, bro. Just turned over your whole shit. Just came in and just rummaged through everything and threw everything on the damn floor. Just turn the room over, bro. What are you doing? Hey, man, shit. I'm here now. I don't want the bed over here. The bed goes over there. TV's going over there. Couch going over there. You don't like it? Get your ass up. Matter of fact, man, let me get you up out of here, Derek. Let me get you out of here because I need to let everybody know there's a new sheriff in town. There's a new sheriff in town. Let me get rid of you first, Derek. Y'all was with that when the first Patriot came in here and turned your damn team over. Then you had Brady come in, who's King Patriot. He's damn Patriot personified. He comes in and what does he do? The same shit. Your most notable player. Don't you see the correlation? One guy you don't like and you didn't care, but he was still the number 1 player on your team. He was the franchise guy. Hate him, love him, respect him or not. Derek Carr was the number 1 guy on your team. They picked him up like Jazzy Jeff and threw him out of the damn building. What did they do with Max? The same shit. But you care about Max. But the same thing happened, bro. You never, ever, ever expect a man to come in and be on your program when he has the opportunity to do his program. I'm the captain now. On some Captain Phillips type shit. When the Somalians boarded the ship, they didn't say, all right, bro, you're the captain. Nah, dog. Cuff his ass, throw him in the galley, lock that shit, pull the guns on all these punks, and he told the captain, I'm the captain now. I'm running this. But everybody knew the game. Nobody was rocking around trying to get over. They all knew. But that damn 2 first-round draft picks, bruh, they was just like, hey, man, we got an out. Let's just go ahead and do it. I really think that Eric DaCosta, allegedly, I really think that Eric DaCosta didn't have any cause to do it unless he couldn't get Trey Hendrickson. I really think if he couldn't get Hendrickson, he probably would have did the deal. It would have cost him his job, but he probably would have did the deal. Max just wanted to leave. Okay? He wanted to leave that bad. He wanted to leave that bad that he's like, anybody, I'll go anywhere. I don't want to be a Raider anymore. Okay? And at the end of the day, the Raiders benefited from it from a on the field standpoint, but guess who still has to pay him? We do. We still got to pay Max's contract. As a 52-year member of Raider Nation and a 3-ringer. Man, I'm happy as shit that deal didn't go through, bro. But everybody knew what was up. Raiders ain't asking for the Ravens to be reprimanded. The Ravens aren't asking for the Raiders to be reprimanded. Everybody knew about that issue. That degenerative knee issue, from what's being reported, allegedly. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a physician. But hey, I know how to read. And I know where, me being a journalist for the past 20 plus years, I know where to find information. Okay? Because that's my job to know. They're saying it's arthritic. Is that a big deal? Nah. It's not a big deal. Unless Max wants to play till he's 40-something. Okay? I don't think Max is going to play that long. I think if Max wins a championship, man, he'll be out by the time he's 35 or something. He's 28. You know, he wins a chip, he might be out before he's 33, bro. I could see Max wins a chip. Was he going into year 8? He's 20, he'll be 29. I think Max, he wins a championship, he'll be out like 12, year 13. He's not going to be doing no long ass 15, 16, 18 years. I don't see that. I don't see it. I see Max understanding that he wants to be mobile and he wants to be out. You know, he wants to be with his daughter and his wife, and they might try for more kids. He don't want to be limping. Okay? I believe that. I think he's that kind of guy that'll be like, you know what? I gave it my all. This is what I got out of it. He's gonna walk off the field. He's not gonna get carried off. He's not gonna get told he's too old. He's gonna leave on his own. All right? But with that being said, bro, everybody knew what it was. And ESPN always does a hit piece, and they did. And I'm telling you, when I read at the end of the ESPN article, it had all the sources of everybody who contributed to that article. It was everybody who you would think. Adam Schefter's name was on there. Ian Rappaport's name was on there. Jeremy Fowler's name was on there. This Ryan McFadden dude was on there because he was the one that drove in the runs. All these other guys got on base. Schefter was on base. Rappaport was on base. Fowler was on base. And then the guy who you least expected went over there and hit a granny. That's exactly what happened. But all their names are all on there credited for this story because each one of them did something. It was 0-0. Now it's 4-0. Okay? So at the end of the damn day, let's get these likes up. Likes ain't liking. End of the day, we don't need to be even looking at the Ravens anymore. You guys want to have an enemy? Cool. You guys want to use that as fuel? Cool. But they had an out. They had an out, bro. It's like a 30-day refund policy, man. Hey, man, you know, take it home, check it out, see if you like it. If you don't, bring it back for a full refund. That's what they did. They looked at the receipt. They looked at the condition. Did we use the product? No. Take it back, get my money back. Got back into the Walmart line. Stood there. Lady said, what's wrong with it? It's not working out. They didn't tell you. It's not working out. Look at the item, make sure you didn't, funk it up, lay in it, spit in it or whatever. Okay, sir, sign here. Here, sir, would you like a receipt? Nah, I don't need a receipt. Have a good day, sir. That's it. No gift card. Full refund, bruh. The Ravens played the game the way they were supposed to. It's still slimy, but hey, you can't get mad, man. Can't get mad, man, that you didn't understand how it works. Raiders was just hoping, is it going to go through? They're looking at the clock. The Raiders are looking at the clock like, hey, man, a few more hours till 4 p.m. 4 p.m., it's locked. Look at it from the Raiders standpoint. Let's get these likes up. Let's look at the Raiders standpoint. They get rid of the player that Raider Nation swore in their life was untradeable. And I told you he wasn't untradeable because these guys don't care about you. They care about them. Okay? Hopefully for y'all and me about this much, that they care enough about themselves to give all of us a championship. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping that Brady, Spytek, in the bunch, okay, Elon Durbin, and the rest of them, okay, Michael Millman and all of those other owners, I hope that they care about themselves enough to put together a Super Bowl winning championship team on the grass so I walk away with this. But without them, I still walk away with these. I don't have to believe in them. I don't have to hope they get it right. I don't have to do shit. I'm just not going to be a fan who goes to the games, who spends a lot of money going to the games every year. I'm not going to sit here and be fooled, bruh. I'm not going to sit here and be a sucker. I've never been a sucker, never will be. I'm going to do my homework to know what it is. If I decide that I still want to patronize the Raiders and go to the games, I need to know everything. Don't try to hold nothing back. I need to know it all. And guess what? I don't rely on nobody to find out. I go and find out myself. So that's what's up. The only way the Raiders win this shit is that we win. Maxx Crosby got to come back, man, get him a depoy, do whatever he has to do. Because now, you think that his trade value was really bad. Now it's super bad. Dallas's last offer to the Raiders was a first-round draft pick that would have been like their 12th pick and a second. Once Dan Cooper saw those MRIs himself, he called Jerry. Hey, Jerry, man, 2 firsts, that ain't gonna happen, bro. Maybe we can get him first and a second or something. Spytek and them was like, nah, man, we ain't doing it. All right, man, no deal. Nobody gets nothing. It's just like playing a chess game, stalemate. I could keep moving my piece around all forever. Check. 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 You're not mating me. Check. Check. Can't do shit. You know what, man? Why don't we just go ahead and say stalemate, start over? That's it. So nobody was victimized in this situation. As far as I'm concerned, somebody just played the game better than somebody else. You thought it was your baby? We told you it wasn't. You signed the birth certificate. You found out it wasn't your baby, but your check still being garnished. We tried to tell you, get the damn blood test. You didn't want to do it. Who am I mad at? Everybody knew he was over there, but you didn't want to believe it. Plenty of boys that's happened to. Tried to tell you, homie. Just because they say something don't mean that's it. You better know. Okay? All right, so let me go ahead and read you guys' comments. But hey, man, ESPN strikes again, bro. I invite you to go to Ryan McFadden's ESPN hit piece on this entire situation. It's about 5 pages long, bro. Read that shit. You're going to find out everything. Everything that wasn't said and why this didn't work. Now we're going to see what happens on the grass. That's going to determine who really won this. Whoever does better this year won the trade. If Hendrickson gets out there and he becomes a decoy again and Max doesn't, or Max becomes a decoy and he doesn't, or Hendrickson is out half the year and Max plays the whole year, or however you want to dial it up, the grass is going to determine what happens. But everybody knew what was going on. To be honest with you, the Ravens actually lied more. They actually lied more. They lied when they shouldn't have had to. They should have just said, hey, man, there was some things, and that was it. When they start saying, oh, we're going to pair Hendrickson, we were doing this. No, that was slimy, but they didn't have to do the deal. Money back guarantee. All right, let me read you guys' comments, bro. All right, man. See what's going on. All right, man. All right, man. Tip your bartender, man. Okay? All right, man. What's going on? All right, man. Take these off, man. It's kind of got a glare, man. Leon in the house, what's going on? Whittington Thomas, what's happening? Big Daddy Murder, what's going on? Fernie Mac. Man, salute to the nation, bro. I mean, it's always something, man. But the good part about this article is that it says right here that the Raiders did everything right. The hit piece said that the Raiders did everything right, man. They said the Raiders were very forthcoming with all the information from the beginning. The Raiders let the Ravens know at the beginning of the negotiations what was popping with Max's knee. Outside of the surgery, outside of the meniscus tear and repair, they let them know. There was no trying to get over. Raiders did everything right. And that was refreshing to read because they always try to blame us. Oh, did the Raiders know this? The Raiders knew it and the Raiders said it. Because the Ravens knew it. Ravens was still like, let's just get Max and have him there just in case. All right. Lloyd Lizzle, what's going on, man? What's going on, Lloyd Lake? All right, man. Salute to the UNUF Mod Squad and goons in the chat, man. Whittington Thomas. The likes ain't liking, man. Let's get the likes up. All right, man. Let's get these likes lines popping. Let's go. Antoine Jackson, what's going on, AJ? What's going on, brother? What's happening? All right, man. We doing what we do over here, bro. Doing the Shields business. Tending to the Shields business. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. Maurice Ross. What's going on, Mo? OG Soul, Real Raider Nation, man. Here because this channel. I'm here because I honor you. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Okay? Straight up, man. But I had to come in, man. Once I read that ESPN hit piece, man. Them ESPN hit pieces, bro. Those are silencers, bro. Those just end it all, bro. That's just like a sniper, bro, from 500 yards, bro. You out. There ain't nothing to talk about, okay? There is no, come on, Shaq. There ain't no come on, Shaq. What you can say is, damn, Shaq, you got all of that right before all this shit came out. I mean, haven't you just noticed how I keep doing that, bro? How do I keep doing it? I mean, good gracious, man. There should be a case study on how I get this shit right, okay? Ahead of time. What's going on, Gilbert? What's going on? Okay. Says, is Michael Mayer better than Brock Bowers? Is that what that's what the world wants to know? I mean, if you have to ask that question, that shows that you just out here just trying to troll, bruh. What are you talking about? No one's asking that question, just you. Like I said, man, somebody is in the dark and somebody's not. I mean, come on, bruh. Nobody is asking that question but you. All right, man. Okay. All right. Okay. Whittington Thomas says these likes ain't liking. Let's get it moving, man. Let's roll, man. What's the problem? What's the problem, man? I just gave you information that you did not have. I just once again told you some shit you needed to know, bro. I mean, damn. I mean, y'all definitely should be doing a lot more, man, over here, bro. A lot more. Huh? Winter Thomas said DaCosta is a snake, proving that with his words in that report. Yeah. But he ain't no different than your supervisors and stuff that's your job. Everything DaCosta did was mandated by Steve Busciotti, who's the owner. I mean, all y'all got a raggedy manager or a manager, a foreman, shift lead, VP, wherever y'all at. Because I know I had them. I mean, even when I was in high school, I had shitty coaches. Bill knows I had shitty coaches. You had one coach that was good and the rest of these coaches wasn't shit. Could be your position coach, could be the head coach, and the assistant coach knows what it is. It's always something. There's always somebody there that's full of shit. Okay? And you just be fortunate that what they do doesn't affect you. But there's a reason why they're there. Their job is to do the dumb shit, is to do the dirty work. That's what their job is to do. Like I said, man, I'm just not going to be fooled out here. It's my right as a fan of this team for me to know I was about to cuss, for me to know what the muck is going on. That's my job, bro. I don't never ask nobody to go do my work for me because I'm the one that's the fan. I have to know what's happening, bro. I've been here too long, bro. This is the time where the cuss words come in handy, but I'm not messing up my commercials. If you've noticed, you've seen some very, very major commercials on mine. I'm not messing that up, dog. Okay. That being said, bruh, man, I'm always gonna find out what I need to know because I was like, man, this doesn't make any sense. Okay? I'm an independent journalist. This is what I do. This is a media channel, if you haven't noticed. It's a lifestyle media entertainment channel. But I got to come here and know what the hell I'm talking about. I don't have the luxury of getting it wrong. Because when everybody else gets it wrong, it's not being looked at like it's me. I understand. I have a different lens on me for whatever reason. You can figure it out. I already know why. But let me do what some of these other cats do. It'll be grand opening, grand closing over here. All right. So for me, hey, man, I got to know what's popping. I don't get to walk around here in the dark. All right. Okay. Straight up. Okay. All right, man. Okay. This guy's over here. Like I said, man, I mean, if you want to get booted, this is the best way to do it. Just keep saying dumb stuff. All right. Now you got it. All right. And deterioration, breaking down over time. No way to stop the process. Yeah. I mean, Winston Thomas, if we could reverse engineer all of these cigars, bro, man, if you was like a snake, you know, when you cut a snake, you know, you cut the snake's head off, nothing happens. But if you cut a snake's tail off, it's going to grow right back. Okay? A lobster loses its claw going to come back. Man, do you know how much money we'd have if every cigar we smoke, just by the next morning, we just put the ashes in a little plastic like this with a little Bovida pack, and it's back the next day? Man, we'd never buy cigars. You'd never buy no Sticky Icky if it came back. Okay? You never go grocery shopping. Okay? Like I said. So, hey, man. Like I said before, bro, this here, everybody knew what it was. Everybody knew the flavor of the Kool-Aid. Everybody knew what it was. Everybody knew what the ingredients was. They knew what was in it. Do you want to drink it or not? Simple as that. They said it was sugar when it was saccharin. Okay? But everybody knew it was. All right? But they told us, hey, man, it tasted funny. Yeah, man, sure. Tasted funny. Y'all drink Diet Coke. Diet Coke don't taste like regular Coke. Regular Coke don't taste like Mexican Coke. I don't drink none of it. But when I did, I would go get the Mexican Coke because it was cane sugar. You guys drink the high fructose corn syrup, or you're drinking the sucralose. Like, you know, it says right on it what it's in it. If you want to drink it, feel free. Okay? But you don't get to walk around here and act like you're a victim. Okay? All right? Straight up. All right? There it is. Okay? Gilbert. They're trying to justify what they did, in my opinion, to gain credibility with other GMs. They are, but it's valid. They are, but it's valid. It's like you did the wrong thing, but you had a good excuse. You did the wrong thing, but you had a good excuse. I'll tell you something I shouldn't even have to tell you. I was driving on the freeway, 405. This was last year, like a year and a half ago. All right. My son was in the back with me. It was me and my son. My son was in his car seat. He was probably about 3. I'm in the carpool lane. I'm going the speed limit. Highway Patrol pulls up. Those of us who are people of a certain ilk, who are used to having police do things that are abnormal, but when you tell somebody from another ilk, they don't believe it because it doesn't happen to them. So he drove up. Hey man, everything is in order. My license, my registration, my proof of insurance, my DOJ. I ain't riding dirty. I got my toddler in the car. I'm going the speed limit. The carpool lane is about to end. This car pulls in, jumps into this lane. Carpool lane is not a carpool lane. It stops. You know, a lot of times a carpool lane to a certain distance and it stops and it turns into a regular lane. This person did this. I jumped out over the lane a little bit before. I went slightly over the yellow line where the end is, because you have the yellow line, black line, yellow line. You're not supposed to cross back over that line. It has to be broken. Here in California, if you want to get out of the carpool lane, it has to be a broken line or it has to be a white line. But this person got too close to me. Just the front of my car, or I could say the back, nipped it. I nipped the yellow line. Woo! I got lit up. I didn't even think about it. He waited to the next exit. He lit me up. I'm like, what do you like? I didn't even understand what I did. He pulled me over. Hey man, I'm a cop's kid. I know what to do. I know how to get out of tickets. I know what to do. I know what to do, period. I got my hands on 10 and 3. I roll the window all the way down. He comes up. Do you know why I stopped you? Now that's a trick question, but we'll get into that some other time. Nah, I have no idea, but I'm sure you're gonna tell me. That's what I said. He looks in the back, he sees my son. My son is just chilling. He's like, you went over the yellow line. I said, when? He said, back there. I said, wait a minute. What about the car that cut in front of me, man? I'm keeping 2 car lengths behind. My son's in the car. Listen to what I said. I said, this guy cut in front of me. He said, but you could have slowed down. I said, why do I got to slow down when I'm going the speed limit? This guy did an unsafe lane change. That's what I said to him. I said, so I'm supposed to put my son at risk when he did an illegal lane change? I did what I had to do. He said, you got your license and registration, proof of insurance? Yes. May I get it? Sure. Get it. He goes, I'll be back. I said, all right. Man went back there, saw nothing. No tickets, no accidents, no warrants, no nothing. Comes back. Explain to me what you were trying to do. That's what he said. I knew he wasn't giving me a ticket. I said, you saw that car, he jumped over my lane. You're supposed to have a decent space. I did what I felt I needed to do to protect myself and protect my son. If that meant I went over the line a little bit, that's what I had to do. And you know what? As a peace officer in California, you should understand that when safety overrides the law. That's what I told him. Safety overrides the law. I was being safe. You see my son in the back? If I have to get a ticket to be safe because somebody else did something illegal and I get pulled over, I'll just take my ticket. He said, this is what the officer, he was just shaking his head. He's like, I looked at your license. He goes, you're older than me. You're supposed to know better than that. He's arguing with me. We're on the side of the freeway, bruh. It's in daytime. He's arguing with me. You're supposed to know that. You've been driving longer than I've been driving. I said, yeah, but guess what? If I was in my car by myself, it would be different. But my son's in the back. My son's 3 years old. I'm not going to explain to his mother that I was afraid to get a ticket because somebody illegally lane changed in front of me and I had to break a law to keep him safe. I'd rather be safe with a ticket. He just like this. He didn't have nothing to say. He was looking at me. He said, man, if you keep talking, I'm going to get, he goes, man, I can't believe you, man. Is that what you're going to tell me? Yeah. I said, look at my son. My son's sitting there looking cute. I said, look at him. I said, I don't know you, sir, but I can tell on your lapel that you're a sergeant. He had bars. I said, you're a sergeant. And if you're around my age, then you probably are a parent. He says, I am a parent. I said, so let me ask you a question. He goes, I'm not here to answer questions. I said, I know you're not. Not as a police officer, but as a parent. What would you rather have? An illegal change ticket? A lane change ticket? And your child being safe? Or to keep to the letter of the law when somebody else is breaking the law? My job as a defensive driver is to drive defensively. That's what I did. He was just like this. Man, get out of here, man, before I change my mind. I said, yes, sir. God is my witness. True story. Did I break the law? Yeah. I broke the law. He could have, to the letter of the law, he could have gave me a ticket. But he knew better. He knew better. Once I started spitting that Bay Area-ism, I told you guys about that Bay Area game. Once I started spitting that shit on his ass, he was tongue-tied. He didn't know what to say because he knew I was right. If anything, you should have pulled the person over who cut me off. I didn't even know you were there. I saw him pull up and then he backed off. But they do that all the time if you're a person who is used to that. They'll look in just to see what's popping. They see somebody, they want to drive up, they want to look at you, see what you're doing, whatever. Okay, I mean, shit, if I'm not doing anything wrong, then what is worry about? But to pull me over and waste 15 minutes of my time to have a argument, it wasn't really an argument, but a debate, let's say that. A debate about why I nipped. You got to understand, I nipped the line. I said, which axle? I was like, which axle went over the line? He said, your back axle. I said, so that means the front of my car actually was all right. It was just a matter of a couple of seconds. But I'm not taking no chances with my child in the car. So if you want to give me a ticket, officer, feel free to. He's like, man, get out of here, man. I can't believe you told me that. I said, hey, obviously, I'm telling you what I needed to tell you. As a father, you can understand. He said, yeah, as a father, I can understand. But as a police officer, I can't. I said, which one's more important to you? I said, you've been on the force at least 30 years, right? He said, yeah, 30 years this fall. I said, because I figured, probably came in off the police department when he was like 22 or something. I'm like, okay, been on the force 30 years. You got some bars. You were by yourself. You thought you had some shit. But what's more important, you being a father, or you being a police officer? Because I'll tell you what's more important for me. Being a father is more important than me being a law-abiding citizen in that situation. Hey man, get out of here, man. He goes, man, I don't even want to talk no more. Walked off. I just got back in my car, drove off. So what am I saying? Eric DaCosta ain't no different than me. He knew what he did wasn't right. But you can't say nothing to him. You don't have to like what he did. I don't like what he did. Max don't like what he did. The Raiders don't like what he did. But you can't do shit. What did he break? What law did he break? What statute did he break? He didn't break no statutes in the NFL Players Association. He didn't do anything wrong other than being a slimy snake in the grass. But guess what? That's what you do, man. When you're running game, you're running game. Okay? So whether or not he's doing it to gain the GM's trust or whatever, the GMs are still pissed off at him. What he say? My phone hasn't stopped ringing. So you could be mad at me all you want to. You could be mad that I got the manager job and I'm the manager now and you don't want me to be. You could be mad that my girl looks better than yours. You could be mad that I'm finally driving up in that Hellcat when you told everybody I don't have it. I ain't gonna get it. You could be mad that I'm moving into my brand new crib. You can get mad at me that I won the lottery. You can get mad at me for whatever you want to get mad at me about. But at the end of the day, it still happened and I still got what I needed to get. Now, do you want to go about your business? Or do you want to try to engage yourself in something you can't beat? You can't beat me. I was going to go right to court. I was going to tell the judge exactly what happened. And he was going to let me walk. Because breaking the law for the safety purposes is valid. You can't give me a ticket if somebody slams on their brakes and I veer out of the lane and go over here on the sidewalk to avoid an accident and you give me a ticket for it. I'm getting that shit rescinded. Because I'm going to definitely he had no choices. Either that or run up somebody's trunk. His kids were in the car. They're going to be like, man, get out of here, man. What are you doing? Case dismissed. I done had so many cases dismissed, bro, because I know what to do. Now, not all of them. But shit. I haven't got a real ticket in a long time. So that's what's going on, man. We can justify it all we want to. Eric DaCosta, he don't have a problem. All right, Bill Bellamy. Bill Holloway. I said Bill Bellamy. Okay, yeah, Bill Bellamy, the white Bill Bellamy. Okay, driving to work. All right, man, Rosetown native, can't make it up. Blaze one for the nation. Said that's a business decision. Looking at the ROI, return on investment, which is not as high as they may have thought. Risk aversion as well. I mean, there's a whole bunch of ways to do it. ROI is definitely it. Return on investment, but also, like you said, risk aversion. Like, you never bet something you can't afford to lose. That's the game. When you see somebody bet $100 million on a hand or bet $100 million on a game or $100,000 on a game, you'd be like, damn, that's a lot of money. But if it doesn't affect their bottom line, it doesn't affect their bottom line. That's what it is. That was going to be a critical situation. Okay? But everybody knew the game. Everybody knew what Max's prognosis was. Year one, good. After that, there's a risk. But Trey Hendrickson is also a guy who's injury prone. They just didn't want to give up those 2 draft picks. Now, if you want to give them 2/3, if we want to get rid of Max, offer 2/3 for him, he would have been gone. He'd be gone right now. If that's what we wanted. But those 2 first, that was going to make a difference. Okay? All right, man, straight up. All right, man, get these likes up, man. Likes still ain't liking yet. Based on the information, I don't see teams throwing big bucks at Max. Not unless Max starts balling. Now, if Max balls the way I know he's going to, by the trade deadline, people will be coming back. As long as Max doesn't have a no trade clause in his contract, they're always going to be listening. Remember what he said? Oh, I'm always going to listen. But at the end of the day, man, everybody knew the risks. Raiders was just hoping that the Ravens were going to do it. Simple as that, man. Are they really going to do this, bro? Are they really going to do this? Man, if they do this, bro, we're in good shape. We don't have to pay Max, and we get 2 first rounders. Man, Let's see if we can make that pop off, big dog. The Ravens was like, man, we don't even have to keep this. It's like buying a Ninja blender from Costco. You use it, man, it don't even work the way you want it to work, man. You take that shit back. You don't even put it back in the packaging right. Box is all bent up as shit. Box looking like this. What happened? Man, shit's janky, man. They don't want to take it back, man. Shit. Sam, put a send back to the company. That's what it is. They had a receipt. Simple as that. They used it and brought it back. All right, man. Rodney, what's going on? Bill Holloway, there's no guarantee on anything. Not like that. Not like that. Violator! Man, y'all already know what to do, man. Get your asses up, man, and put a 1 in the chat for the first ballot Hall of Famer. What's up, big bro? Hey, big bro, I'm just out here, man, trying to let everybody know, man, that we gotta move better, bro. Come on, Violator, man. Come on, dog. We're at the point of the game now where we are now that we've had to change the way we've moved so many times. Okay? You can't move, like a teenager when you're in your 20s. You can't move like you're in 20s when you're 30s. You can't move like you're in 30s when you're in 40s. You can't move like 40s when you're 50s, and on and on and on and on. The game has to be what? You have to adapt. And these dudes are running around here just making us look bad. They did this trying to get away with trying to trade him, knowing that you got to give up all the goods, was just an embarrassing situation for the Raiders. The Ravens are looking like slime balls, but they're not looking like suckers. One of my favorite shows is the First 48, bro. I love it when I see these absolute gangsters get into that damn room where they're being just talked to about everything, man. That interrogation room, and they just give it up. And the person that's trying to keep the code, his ass is doing life. And the person who went in there and said something, he's getting 10 years, 5 years suspended sentence, 2 years off for good behavior. In 3 years, he's on the street. He was there too. The difference was he told. It's funny. That code's going to keep you in jail the rest of your life. All you had to do is say what it was. And you may not even have been the dude that did it. You're with the dude, but you want to keep the code. So you and him will be pen pals, okay? While other cat is on the street. I mean, you can't make it up. All right, man. Salute the Brother Shack and Unfiltered Nation. Thanks, Violator. Thanks, big bro. Always, big bro. I've been waiting for you to send me that text, that either hit me on text or hit me on DM, man, so I can get you some merch. I was waiting for you to do that. Okay? All right, man. Okay, yeah, Violator on here. All right, man. Okay. All right, straight up. Max had better inject some stem cells into that knee. I'm just telling you, man, you can do all kinds of stuff. You can go overseas and get things done overseas, man. Go to Germany. That's what Kobe did. Kobe Bean Bryant had the degenerative knee. And he went over there and he got some stem cells injected in there. He went to Finland or wherever he went to. This is not a big deal, all right? I'm not worried about it. I'm just telling you that's the reason why the deal fell apart, is because the Ravens had a money-back guarantee. They had a receipt. It's even better when you don't even open up the package. They never opened up Maxx Crosby, bro. They just had him sitting there. They brought him home. They put him on the countertop. And they had 30 days, and day 29 came, and the wife was like, hey, you gonna take back that blender? What's the date on that? Oh, shit, I don't know. Oh, shit, expires tomorrow. Shit, you better go down there to Costco and go change that shit back. That's a $300 blender. Oh, shit, let me go ahead and do that. You can go in on the 30th day. You just can't go on the 31st. That's what it's called, bro, playing the game. All right, man. Okay, straight up. All right, man. Justin, what's up? What's goody with the homie, man? I'm chilling. Chilling, dog. Let's get these lights going, man. Let's go, man. All right, man. These lights got to run up. All right, man. Patrice, what's up, P? Hey, P, I got your message last night, P. Yeah, your Trailblazers did a damn thing, man. But my Lakers, man, they weren't calling nothing for us last night, bro. Whole bunch of missed calls, man. But at the end of the day, man, we only lost by 2, but still. Okay. I'd rather for the streak to be over, man. Be over with, start again. Okay. All right, man. We won 9 straight. All right, man. Okay, straight up. I'm here about 20 minutes late. What's popping? It's all good, dog. You know, we always make sure you, man. Okay. I mean, the Hall of Famers in here, bro. All right, man. I love it. Okay. All right. They will give us a whole bag of P chips for Max. I mean, they will, but there's no reason to trade him now. We're not going to get what we want for him, and he's pissed off. I think we're good. I think it's a good situation. But everybody knew what it was. Okay? You shouldn't have been that desperate to trade him in the first place. But then again, Max asked to be traded. I mean, everybody's at fault, bro. Let's look at it. Everybody's at fault. Okay? Let's look at the whole picture. Everybody is culpable. How about that? Instead of at fault, people don't want to hear that. Culpable. Everybody has a cog on the ladder. What did the Raiders do wrong? The Raiders went over there and mandated that Maxx Crosby sit out the last 2 of the games of the season so they could try to acquire the first pick, and they told them about it. You shouldn't have told them in the first place. Y'all used to not lying and not allegedly. Y'all used to not telling everybody everything anyway. You didn't have to tell Max that shit. You could have said any damn thing. You said because of his knee, it's looking like his knee definitely was a lot worse than we thought. So even if it was justified for you to say, oh, we're trying to guarantee the pick, that just was too much. You didn't even have to say that part. That's number 1. Number 2, Max, you knew what was going on, but you got mad enough to demand a trade. You forced the hand. Now we got to trade you. Okay? Boom. Instead of you saying, yeah, all right, we know what you're trying to do, but I was hurt enough. Now it's, I don't want to be here. Okay, cool. You shouldn't have did that. And then the Ravens, they seen some infighting with the Raiders. Raiders' best player and the Raiders' brass ain't getting along over something that shouldn't be a problem. It shouldn't have been a problem. Raiders effed up because they said they were trying to tank. Allegedly, Max messed up because he allowed his emotions to put him in a situation to be traded to a team that played them both. That's the point. It shouldn't have never got to that. Ever. They came up. They got Trey Hendrickson and kept their draft picks and then devalued Max and sent them home because they were mad about Linderbaum. Because he said none of this happened until we acquired Linderbaum. Once we took their center, they're like, we're going to get even with the Raiders. And that's exactly what they did. They got even with us. Should have played that shit way better. But when you got 2 guys who ain't used to being in charge, that's what happens. Quincy got us out here doing all kinds of stupid shit because Alex ain't here. Oh man, I'm running it today. Oh shit, man, we're gonna be doing stuff that ain't even. You come back the next day. Why did y'all do all of this? Oh man, because Quincy didn't know what the hell he was doing. I didn't tell Quincy to do none of that. I told Quincy to have you guys doing this. Now you got to go back and clean up all that shit and do this because of Quincy dumbass. Okay? That's the point. You got 2 dudes running football operations that don't know what the F they're doing at all. Then you got a player that's upset for a myriad of reasons, demanding to leave. And then you got the Ravens saying, hey man, we can just get him and we have an excuse to let him go home, and while we working on Hendrickson. And that's what they did. Got him on a plane, flew him commercial, had him way over here, commute all the way over there, sit at the facility for 5 hours. Man, 13 hours later, they had him sign, gave him chartered him a jet, scrambled a jet for him on the way home. You didn't have him do all of that. Let's get him out of here as quickly as possible. Trey's flying in, pew, back to Vegas. Everybody got played, bruh, except the Ravens. They the ones that got what they wanted. They kept their picks and they got Hendrickson. What are we going to do about it? We got to make them pay for that. How do you make them pay? These things right here, dubs. Okay, let's get these likes up. All right. All right, man. Winter Thomas says, so Max ortho surgeons mentioned about his rehab and recovery, but didn't acknowledge or say anything about it. No, he didn't say it to the press. It says right here, man. It says right here in the article. ESPN hit piece. It says right here, bro. Everybody knew. Everybody knew, bro. Here it is. Quote, Crosby's knee was a concern that was discussed between the Ravens and the Raiders before the trade. Hey man, I'm interested in buying this 72 Cutlass, man. Yeah, man, come check it out, man. Hey man, it does, the transmission does have an issue though. Transmission slipping. Might have to replace the tranny. Drivetrain. I had somebody look at it, man. It might last, might not. You might want to change that. Did you buy the car? No. He told you up front. The tranny needs to be replaced. Do you want to buy it or not? Nobody lied. Crosby was more than a month removed from knee surgery and began walking without crutches on February 27th. Nonetheless, the Ravens made the trade for Crosby on March 6th. On March 9th, Crosby said on his podcast he was flown to Washington, D.C., then driven to Baltimore, excited about the fresh start. The Ravens' main concern about Crosby centered around his durability after his surgery in January. Crosby said on his podcast he underwent a physical and an MRI on March the 10th. The Ravens' concern centered on the uncertainty of Crosby's durability after a couple of seasons in Baltimore because of a degenerative issue in his knee, a source told ESPN. Ryan McFadden wrote. It's right here. Everybody knew what it was. I'm not reading no more. Everybody knew what the game was. We didn't know. Now we see the motivation with TV12 and Spy Tech, business decision, loyalty, legacy, clearly not Raiders. That's what happens, bro. What happens, man, when you bring in people who don't care about you. That's simple. My way or the highway. Never had to worry about that with Al because the buck stopped with him. You never had to worry about that about AD. AD, shit. You could bark all day. We ain't doing it. And whether it worked out or didn't work out, I knew that whatever Al did was a Raider decision. Unfortunately, as he got older, those Raider decisions were very jacked up. But at least I knew it was a Raider making the decision. Somebody who's here, who loves the Raiders, I knew that Al loved the Raiders. I knew that. Everybody loves in different ways. But I never had to know that you ain't thinking about what's best for us. Okay? But Al made some mistakes as he got older. That Marcus Allen situation wasn't what was best for us. That was what was best for him. That's when things started turning. That's when that whole table was flipped over. When he did that Marcus Allen shit for 4 years and benched him, and we could have won another Super Bowl, man. We would have won at least 2 more. When he was doing that, do you know who we had on that team at that time, bro? We had a Heisman Trophy backfield. We had Jim Plunkett. We had Bo Jackson. We had Marcus Allen. We drafted Tim Brown. We would have had 4 Heisman Trophy winners on offense. 4 Heisman Trophy winners on offense. We had 3 of them when he was making Marcus be the damn tail of fullback. We would have had 4 of them. 4 Heisman Trophy winners on offense, bro. Olympic track sprinters in my boy Willie Gault and James Jett. Come on, man. That defense, Howie was still on that team. Man, we would have won at least another one. But Al was like, I'm not ever letting him play again. And guess what? He went to the Chiefs, and that's when the Chiefs started beating our brains in. You handed our entire mojo over to the Chiefs. Chiefs were never a factor beating us. They weren't a factor in the 60s. They won here, one there. 70s, they never did shit. 80s, they never did shit. They were never a factor. We beat their brains in. 90s, all of a sudden, Marty Schottenheimer and them, that's when all that shit started happening. Okay? Chris Lorenzo was going on every year there's a problem, but this year it's backfiring in the NFL. I think it is going to backfire this time. I think the NFL has bitten off more than they can chew. I think they're used to using us how they use us. Let's get these likes up. Likes ain't liking it. And I think that it's gonna bite them in the ass this time. I think it's gonna bite them in the ass. I think this is the time where they get what they deserve. The Raiders on top winning shit. I think it's time, bro. We've been waiting long enough. I think it's time. Long as we don't mess it up, long as we do what we're supposed to do. I think, man, with that new defense we got young dogs. They all young. They hungry. Kubiak's coming in. He hungry. He already knows how it feels to win. Man, Max is motivated again. We're getting Mendoza. We got hella draft picks, supplementary picks. Got hella shit. It's time. Okay? It's time. All right? Okay? What's up, P? Okay? All right, man. All right, man. Justice on there getting his swoles on. Okay? IZ, what's up, man? Tuning from the gym. Shoot, man, y'all in that gym, man. I have to take my ass in there. Okay? I definitely need to get my ass in the gym. All right, man. All right, man. Straight up egalitarian, what's going on? If the Tuck rule never happened, Brady and Charles Woodson said it. Well, it didn't. It doesn't matter. I don't see Brady giving his rings back. We all know what happened. Okay? That was the year that was 9/11. 2001 was 9/11, right? They were going to have a team called the Patriots win the Super Bowl. They don't have no team named the Raiders win the Super Bowl. I mean, it went according to how it should have went. We need to have something that is that's going to galvanize the country. Raiders ain't going to galvanize the country. Hey, man, that was a forward pass. Okay. Kyvan said he can get knee procedure Kobe Bryant got in Germany. There you go. I just said it earlier. Called the Orthicon for arthritic knees. It was 20 to 11. I'm pretty sure it was brand. You can find it in America. I'm sure that's something by me, but he had to have the repair first, though. I mean, he had to get it repaired first. Okay. Just like Kobe had to get it repaired. Kobe had to get his knee repaired. He had to get his when he tore his Achilles. You have to do the surgery. Then maybe after that is healed, he can go and get the what they call the rich blood stuff that they put in there. They take the rich blood from other areas and they put it in there, man, to try to get some rejuvenation going on and stuff like that. I mean, technology is a lot better. Kobe was able to play. Kobe still won 2 championships after that. Okay, so I mean, everything's possible. All right, okay. Just a sizzle in the building. All right, man, you already know what it is. All right, man. Facts, there are other advanced options for arthritic treatment. We just ran out of the Ravens and get Henderson. Yeah, man. I mean, you can't get mad when somebody had their way. I explained that to you a couple of days ago. All right, man. Likes is liking now. Let's liking decently. Okay, let's get it up there. All right. Hey, man. Like I said, man, when somebody's having their way, man, being mad doesn't do you any good. It doesn't. What does you good is to have your way. I'm just waiting for the Raiders to have my way, bro. When we start winning, bro, you don't even understand how much of a problem I'm gonna be. You don't even understand. When we get back on top and we champions again, bro, everybody gonna be hating it. They're gonna hate it, dog, because I'm gonna make them pay. I'm gonna make everybody that had everything to say. I'm gonna make them pay, dog. My boys know. They're like, man, dog, when y'all win again, you gonna be acting a fool. I said, oh yeah, I'm definitely, dog. You know what? The horse has been in the stable all this time, and you left the gate open. You left the gate open on a whole thoroughbred, bro. Oh man, you gonna have a problem getting me back in the stable. That ain't happening. Okay, you better get somebody to get me, bro. And you know what? By the time you do, I'll be so far down the damn road, ain't nothing you can do. Okay, all right. Okay. Miss Patrice says, now that Klein on ESPN said that everyone else is doing takes on Mendoza not being number one, they're clearly trying to trick the Raiders out of their position. Well, you guys are talking about that Dan Orlovsky dude again? Okay, this is what I'm going to say about Dan Orlovsky. I want all you guys to look at one play when he was a quarterback for the Lions. In the end zone, when he stepped out of the end zone and got a safety. That's all. That's all. I just need for you guys to go pull up Dan Orlovsky, the guy who's running around acting like he's saying all this stuff. I had to block somebody yesterday over him. Just go watch him play. Just put in the Lions, put in safety, and watch how he was absolutely shaking like Don Knotts. You remember how Don Knotts used to shake and shit? Okay. Shaking like Don Knotts back there, that he stepped out of the end zone because he didn't want to get hit for a safety. That's all I have to say. Anybody talking about Mendoza, a guy who absolutely is superior to him in college. I don't never listen to nobody who, when it was your turn to shine, you did that. Hey man, that's all I got to say about it, bro. What happened when you were out there? What happened when you was out there? You stepped out of the end zone for a whole safety and didn't even realize you stepped out of the end zone. Come on, bro. Just watch it. Then you won't have to ever worry about what he has to say again. Okay? His father-in-law is somebody at ESPN. He is nobody. Tim Tebow at least threw for 270-something yards in a playoff game against when he was with won a playoff game as a quarterback for the Broncos with Josh McDaniels. I got to listen to somebody who's a Heisman Trophy winner, bro. I don't hear Tebow saying that. Let's just go through the Heisman Trophy quarterbacks that could say something that ain't saying anything. Okay? I don't hear Tim Tebow saying that. I don't hear Baker Mayfield saying that. I don't hear Kyler Murray saying that. I mean, there's just too many dudes I can name. I don't hear Jaden Daniels saying that. I don't hear Caleb Williams saying that. I got too many other Heisman Trophy winners that I can listen to. But Dan Orlovsky stepped out of bounds at the back of the end zone and threw the football and didn't understand what happened. He didn't even have situational football awareness to know you're out of bounds, bro. He's throwing the football and the goalpost is in front of him. Think about that. You're in your end zone, but the goalpost is here and you're here throwing the football. Where do you think you are, bro? You're in the concession area. Dan Orlovsky tried to throw a football from the concessions. And you guys are worried about what the hell he's saying. I mean, I don't listen to that dude, man, at all. He don't get no play from me. All right? Talking about you're trying to trick the Raiders out of our position. We're not listening to you. Okay? All right? If look at it this way. If Dan Orlovsky, however I pronounce his name, okay, if this dude is all of that, he really wants me. I can't be worried about y'all. Y'all your own people. You guys are all grown. You guys got bills. You guys got all these things that you got to do on a daily basis. I'm not going to allow a man who stepped out of bounds and caused a safety for his own team act like he knows more than Tom Brady. You got the guy who's underneath the line, the Mendoza line in baseball, as they call it, Mendoza. He's under 200. But then you got the absolute GOAT quarterback up here. Who am I listening to? Even though Brady didn't know what he was doing on this Maxx Crosby shit, I think Tom Brady knows more about a quarterback than him. That's just me. Okay? But like I said, you guys got to determine these things on your own. All right. Okay. All right, man. Hey, what's going on, Naomi? How you doing, girl? How you feeling today? All right, man. Hope everything's good with you. Kyvan said, whoever worries about that arthritic knee, look up Kobe. I already know what happened with Kobe. But you got to understand that Max has to recover from the meniscus repair first. It's only been 10 weeks. Prognosis is 6 months. You can't do two things at once. He has to fully heal from that. Then he can go get that other stuff. Okay? That's going to be after the season or something. It's not going to be right now. That surgery, that procedure wasn't going to fix his meniscus. Okay? That had to be fixed. All right? Kobe did all of that after he got his surgeries. All right, man. Okay? All right, man. Okay? They on them perk 30s. I see that. Dota, what's going on? Dollar Gill, excuse me. Dollar Gill, what's going on, Dollar Gill? All right, man. Straight up. Max is going to eat them fools up. He's a freak of nature. I cannot wait. Yeah, Max is going to act a fool. But we still have to say everybody had a part to play. It's one of those situations that it could have been all avoided. Could have been all avoided, man, if they just would have kept their mouth shut. But they wanted to get rid of Max anyway. I mean, I can create crazy scenarios too. Doesn't mean I believe it. I'm just gonna say something ridiculous just to show that I can do it. I see everybody else doing it, and they're very successful with their channels too. So I'm gonna give a disclaimer to let you guys know that I don't believe this at all. I'm making this shit up. Okay, I'm pulling a rabbit out. Hey man, the Raiders set up Max so he would get mad, so he would want to trade, so they can send him to the Ravens, so the Ravens could send him back, so we could keep Max, and now he's gonna play for us because now he knows that he doesn't have the value now. How do I do all that? Because I heard somebody else say that. We did all of that just to get the same player that we could have kept. Come on, man. But like I said, man, I mean, everybody else is making up crazy scenarios. Why can't I do it? Because I'm obviously on another level. I'm never going to do that. Never going to do that. Okay? All right. Okay. Straight up. Okay? He's going to scorch the earth. I believe it. I think some of this ash got in my eye. Okay? I'll be all right. All right, man. You guys have a comment, man. Tip your bartender. That bartender has not gotten a tip yet. Not even 15 cents. Okay? All right, man. Okay? Just watch out for Max. I mean, I don't have to watch out for him. I know what he's going to do, man. All he's been doing is posting pictures on his IG. That's all he's been doing. It's 0 dark 30, man. No man don't got nothing to say. Man don't got nothing to say, man. He gonna do all his talking on the grass. But we gotta wait. Okay? Dante, what's going on, Dante? All right, man. You already know. Okay. All right, man. Okay, straight up. All right, man. Okay. See what's going on here. Patrice, he should have worried about the guy that did the illegal lanes change. The guy with the illegal lane change, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure he didn't look like me. I mean, the cop pulled up. Come on, P. You know, just like this. I'm in a carpool lane. Speed limit 65. I'm driving 65. You know why I'm driving 65? Because I got my son in the car. Ever since my son was born, I stopped all my crazy driving habits. I stopped all that stupid shit. Okay? Ain't no more running lights. Ain't no more, oh, it's yellow, I can make it. I don't be doing none of that shit. Okay? I said, I got a child now. I can't be doing all that stupid shit. Okay? Even when I'm in the car, it's just a habit now. He was just like that. I'm in the carpool lane, pulls up, cop like this. You know, they driving. They can't tell my back windows is tinted. My side windows is tinted. You know what I'm saying? Of course, my front windows ain't. All right? Because I definitely ain't trying to get pulled over. So he couldn't see who I was until he was up on me. I'm not driving a Cadillac Eldorado. I'm not driving no car that, Oldsmobile 88. I'm not driving nothing like that. I'm not driving no Buick Regal. I'm not driving something that you could probably have brothers in it. You know how the cars we like to drive. Now, when Now that's gonna happen, but I don't drive a car like that. All right, I drive a Mercedes. So I'm driving. He does just like this. He's driving. All he did was take his foot off the accelerator. Okay, my dad taught me all the tricks. All he did was take his foot off the accelerator to kind of match me. Then he went like this, fell back. I mean, what am I doing wrong? Looked over. Okay. Lanes ended. This person went just like this because that person was waiting for that lane. Okay. Other person jumps over. I'm like this. The lane's about to end here. The car went like this. I went like that. Nipped it. Woo! Now understand, he didn't do it immediately. He let me drive like about another mile and a half. I'm just like, he's driving on, did he creep over? Then he got behind me, and I just knew it was a matter of time. So yeah, he gonna light me up. Lit me up. I had no idea what I did. It was just automatic. My child's in the car, man. Dude cut me off. He saw it. He never said that he didn't see it. He never said it. But when he walked up and he saw me with my son in the back, I rolled all the windows down. My son's is in the back, man, playing with his little whatever he's playing with. He's just like, man, why in the hell did I pull this dude over? Well, you know what? Let me see if he'll incriminate himself. Nope, not gonna happen. I'm a criminal justice, bachelor's degree in criminal justice. Was gonna go to law school. My dad was a police officer. You're not doing nothing to me. I got the gift of gab. I'm from the yay. I got that ism. There's nothing he could have done except give me a ticket that was gonna get thrown out. Do you know why I pulled you over? That's the dumbest question. Well, you never answer that. You're like, no, I don't know. Because they're waiting to see if you know. I don't know. Because if you admit it, I was speeding. I was doing this. I did that. They got you. No. I'm too smart. So that's what happened. But once I started spitting on him, I'm like, hey, man, my child's in the car. That dude cut me off. I didn't say, well, how come you didn't go after him? I just said, hey, if it comes down to the safety of my child and myself, and somebody's driving like that, and I have to get a ticket for it, here's my license, here's my proof of insurance, here's my registration. But when he went back and he looked my shit up and he saw nothing there, I mean, you talk about a blank screen. He put in my name, put in my damn shit. That shit was blank. There was nothing there. No parole, no probation, nothing. That shit was bloop. He like, man, shit. And he's with his kid. Then he started talking to me like, come on, man. You should know better. I said, yeah, I should know better, but this guy jumped in front of me, man. I just did what I was supposed to do. That's how it works, man. He's just like, man, get out of here, bro. Acting like he did me a favor. Get out of here before I change my mind. I'm like, dude, you have me on here for 20 minutes. I'm late for my appointment fooling with you. But at the end of the day, you had to be prepared out here. Okay? All right, man. The lesser evil, I completely understand. Hey, man, it's not evil to me, man. My son is priceless, man. I get a ticket, so what? I get to traffic school. Big deal. Pay the $200, man. Do the damn test at home. Shit, be done. Get it off. I wasn't worried about that shit. I did what was right. And he knew it. Okay? When I said, hey, man, you're obviously a father. You've been on the force at least 30 years. He said, how you had 30 years in fall or whatever he said. And I was like, yeah, I see you're a sergeant. He goes, you're very observant. I said, yeah, my father was a police officer. But at the end of the day, man, my son's first. So give me a ticket. If you feel that I was being reckless, give me a ticket. He's just like, man, be careful pulling out. Yeah, sure. They gonna try you, man. You gotta be prepared out here. Okay? What's up, Azul? What's going on, Azul? Okay? All right, man. IZ. See them ones. Said Tiger Woods. Yeah, man, I heard Tiger Woods is coming back, man. I need Tiger to win a couple of more majors, bro. See if he can catch Jack Nicklaus. He needs a couple more. What, he got 14? What Tiger's, I think he's at 14. 14 or 15. I think he needs 4 or 5 more. I don't know if he's going to get it. It doesn't look like he's going to get it. Okay? Yeah, man. Straight up. Straight up. Okay? All right, man. Okay. All right, man. Okay. All right. Okay. John Madden says, I need to change something. I went to Al Davis to the middleman. Yeah. Yeah, I got to go talk to Al. We had a squad back then. That's right, Capio. We sure did. E-Trizzle. What's up, E-Trizzle? What's going on, E-Trip? What's going on, bro? I mean, Bill Holloway hooked us up, didn't he? Bill Holloway, man. Shit. See, you see how my friends are? Y'all meet my boys, y'all get hooked up. I ain't to meet y'all boys. Whittington Thomas, where your boys at? E-Trip, where your boys at? You met my boy. My boy's hooking you guys up. Where y'all boys at? I haven't gotten anything from any of you guys' friends. Just keeping it clear, okay? Just keeping it clear. I'm waiting for y'all boys to do some shit. Waiting for your friends to do what my friends have done, all right? Just letting you know that. Don't think I ain't never forgot that shit. When you meet my people, it's a whole different situation. I ain't met none of y'all's. Waiting, okay? Waiting to see if I get a care package from them, all right? Yeah. I'm just making sure y'all understand that, all right? Al Jordan, it appeared in the mid-'80s that Al Davis got obsessed with winning in the courts. He didn't like Marcus being the focus of the Raiders. I don't think that he was obsessed with winning in the courts. I think that Al Davis was the kind of man who was willing to take things as far as he needed to take it. And I think, if anything, winning against the NFL definitely made him think that he can always win, because he's one of those type of guys. He's an A personality. See this? That's just not Atlanta. I learned that when I was living in Atlanta. That's A personality, alpha. Al Davis is an alpha. Okay? I'm an alpha. Not because I want to be, because I have to be. Because if I'm not, everybody thinks they can take advantage of Shaq. Nah, let me just go ahead and show you that I am an alpha. I'm going to take you out. I'm going to drag you to the deep waters, and I'm going to orca your ass out there. You're not ever going to see air again. I'm just going to take you down, and you ain't going to breathe. Okay? Al was that way. He was thinking that the court, when he won to move the team to LA, and he didn't get that money from them, he only got $1, able to move his team. He thought that he could just do that because that's what he could do. First time he ever did it. No other person has ever beat the NFL in court. From before then, till now, nobody's done it. Nobody has ever beat the NFL in court. Now, I'm hoping that John Gruden can do it, okay? But Al sued the NFL again and lost. So understand, Al did it again and he didn't win. He tried to sue him again for something else. Didn't work. He lost that, okay? So I wouldn't say that he was obsessed with doing that, but with the Marcus Allen thing, yeah. Al's never met a player that was bigger than him. But that Marcus Allen was bigger than him. He didn't like it. Okay? All right, man. Make sure we make them paid. We already ready. Yeah, make them pay. Let's roll. Okay? Al Jordan says, I knew you was going to say that. So funny you do it. Dan saying he has the credentials. Okay? Like I said before, bro, you have 2 eyes and a brain for a reason. You don't even have to have the sound on to see what this guy did. This dude stepped out of bounds and gave the other team 2 points and possession of the football. But he's talking about Mendoza, a man with 4th and 5 with the world on his shoulders, with his mother sitting in a wheelchair. Who am I going to believe in? And also he keeps talking about Ty Simpson like Mendoza didn't beat Ty Simpson. I saw Mendoza beat Ty Simpson in the damn playoffs. Like I said, man, this dude, man, you guys give your attention to people who don't deserve it, bro. Like, this guy doesn't deserve any attention. Only reason I'm talking about because y'all talking about it. Okay? All right, complete clown. All right, man. Okay, straight up. Ran out the back of the end zone and he didn't stop. Come on, bro. Come on, man. This dude was so out of sorts. The end zone line is white. It's a big, thick-ass line Damn, the end zone line is about 5 yards. Okay? A football field from the beginning of it to the end of it is 120 yards. It might even be 100, is at least 120. Gotta be. Okay? Maybe about 115 to 120 yards. Because the end zone's 10 yards. Okay? So wait, so we got 120. So you got the end zone over here, that's 10. You got a 100-yard field. That's 100. You got 10 over here. So I was right. A football field is 120 yards long. Not 100. 120. Two 10-yard end zones. This dude was outside of that, trying to throw a pass like he was still there. I mean, this guy, it's guys like him that want you to forget what they did. They want you to actually forget. They think that they talk so much, you'll forget what's right there on tape. Okay? I mean, you cannot make it up. Alfredo Mendoza. What's up, Alfredo? What's going on, Alfredo? Alfredo in the building. What's happening? Okay, Jamal, what's going on? How about them Cowboys? Shoot. How about your boy Dan, your doctor Dan Cooper? Dan Cooper was like, Jerry, we're not trading for Max. Max got a degenerative knee problem. Like, not for 2 firsts. Jerry sent his boy there. I mean, damn. Come on, Jerry was like, we out. We out. Jerry was, as soon as they said it finally, he's like, we out. Because he knew everything. All right, man. Said dinner time. Hey, man, dinner time. All right, man. Lasagna, homemade. Hey, Alfredo, man. That sounds good, brother. Okay? All right. You see Modus Moody on the Warriors got a dislocated knee similar to Sean Livingston? I did not see it. I did not see it. But I heard about it. Moses Moody, man. Salute to Moses Moody, man. I got to call my pops about it, see if he's in shambles about it. You know, my pops is Dub Nation. Okay? He was real mad about Kuminga. Now he's going to really be yelling about Kuminga. Man, you don't even understand, man. My pops, man, he going to just be yelling at me like I did something. See, that was stupid. We should have kept Kuminga. Oh, my dad's going to be going crazy. I'm going to call him up tonight just to give him a hard time. Shit. I'm going to call my dad up, give him a hard time. Say, what happened to your boy? He going to be screaming. Okay? They're like, oh, well. All right. Okay, yeah, that lasagna sounds good. Lloyd Lay with the $10 dono, man. That's how you take care of a player, man. Recognize a player, man. Recognize a player, man. Thank you, man. Patrice with the $9.99 dono. You know what I'm saying? You know, town business. Patrice, town business. All right? Love y'all, man. Thank you, you guys. That's always appreciated, man. Appreciated. All I do is come in and give you guys good game. That's all I do, bro. Thank you. Hustle that cop with the truth. My father always told me, man, is try to be honest, man, but sometimes it don't work. But I just told him straight up. I just appealed to him. I'm like, man, he goes, but the letter of the law. I'm like, yeah, man, the letter of the law, but look at my son in the back. Uninjured and everything else. Says my responsibility to look after him even if I have to get a ticket for it. He just was shaking his head. Every time I said something, he would just... I can't believe what you're saying. He just kept doing that. I was just like, you've been driving a long time. You know you're not supposed to cross a double yellow line. Yes, sir, I do. But I also know that an unsafe lane change, if it warrants for me to break a law, I'm better off breaking that law and not causing an accident. He just, every time I said something, you know I can give you a ticket. I say, I know you can. You absolutely can. That would be in your power, sir. But guess what? I'm willing to accept the ticket because my son's in the back seat and his mother expects for me to bring him home just like how she left him. And guess what? With your ticket and without your ticket, he gets home safely and so do I. And guess what? Your job is a lot easier because you don't have an accident and a pileup on here on this freeway that you have to deal with. So somebody has to be the person to do what's necessary to keep everyone else safe. He was just like, get out of here before I change my mind. And I didn't eat. Once he said that, I said, yes, sir. Because I knew what he was going to do. He just kept hoping that I was going to say something stupid. He said, don't say that again. I'm going to give you a ticket. I'm like, sir, all I can tell you is back seat. I said, you see that dude back there? I see on my license, it says junior on it. I was running it. I was running that base shit, that 408 on his ass. I was like, you see my license? It says junior on it. What do you think his name is? If I'm junior, what do you think his name is? The third. Matthew the third getting home safe. Matthew Jr. getting home safe. Ticket? No ticket. But the person who cut me off, they're down the road. Got on the phone, called my wife. On a Bluetooth. Say, hey babe, I just got pulled over. She goes, you guys are all right? I said, yeah. I told her the story. She was like, that's what he gets for having you talk. That's what my wife said. She said, that's what he gets for asking you dumb questions. Didn't I tell you guys about dumbass questions? What did I tell you a couple of days ago? Did I tell you, man, don't ever ask a Bay Arean a dumb ass question. Never. Because if you do, you're going to get whatever you deserve. All right? Never ask a Bay Arean a dumbass question. Dumbass question. Do you know why I pulled you over? No, I don't. I have no clue. Well, let me tell you why. You jumped this lane. Well, guess what? That person cut me off. I backed out. I got over. I avoided an accident. My son's in the car. Well, that doesn't mean you get to break the law. You're right. But it does mean that my son is safe. Safety first. Nothing else to talk about. But my wife knew what it was. She said he shouldn't have never had you talk. Because once I talk, that's it. All right? That's your ass. All right, man, straight up. Okay? All right, man, straight up. All right. Okay, John Bankhead. What are they going to say when Max gets an extension? The same thing they always say. The Raiders are ruining his career. Why don't they just let him go? We did. We traded him. The Ravens played games. The Ravens made it. They made the block hot, John. John, you from Oakland. John, you from Oakland. I don't know if you're from East Oakland, West Oakland. I don't know where you're from. I don't know if you're from the flats. I don't know if you're from the hills. But I know you're from the O. Okay? Regardless of wherever you're from. You went to McClymonds, you went to Skyline, you went to Tech. Wherever you went. Okay? You know for a fact that when it all boils down to it, they gonna do what they gonna do, and we gonna do what we gonna do. You know that. You a Bay Arean. You gonna do what you do regardless. And guess what? They're always gonna say what they can say. But what they can't say is that we didn't trade them, because we did. But the Ravens made the block hot. Everybody was moving their packs just fine until dumbass Rolando came out there, and dumbass Rolando got pinched, and now we can't get out there and make no money. Dumbass Rolando, bro. He went right up to everybody knows that car, it looks like a cop car's undercover. Why did you go over there and try to push a pack on them? Now nobody can make no bread. And the block is hot. The Ravens just made the block hot for Maxx Crosby now. They're just going to lowball us. They're going to offer us a pack of certs. Remember certs that your grandmother used to give you? Grandma always had a pack of certs, whether it was wintergreen or peppermint, and have a certs for you and stuff. Give you a certs, bruh. That's it. If you want Max, we'll give you a certs for Max. Not even no Tic Tacs. We'll give you a certs for him, dog. They made the block hot. Makes it easy now. Max, nobody wants you, bro. What are we going to give you up? We're going to give you for, what we're going to give you up, man? Okay? A pack, a can of pork and beans, bro? A can of pork and beans with no hot dogs. Just, I mean, who eats pork and beans without the hot dogs cut up and put some hot links? I mean, if you gangster them, you like we are, we're going to throw some, I'm going to throw some beef hot links in my shit, okay? Something, okay? But come on. All right? So, hey, man, they made the block hot. All right? Chris Leonard said rolling and hating. Hey, dude, you got to understand, man, when you rolling the right way, they going to hate. I mean, to be honest, man, it's, easy target. Easy target, man. Easy target. Like, How hard is it? All he did, I mean, my dad used to tell me, a cop, all they got to do is make up something. They can pull you over for any reason. They can create something. I had a cop pull me over and tell me that my tail light was out. I said, my tail light ain't out. I said, let me get out and show you. He's like, don't get out of your car. Like, yeah, come on, man. My tail light's not out. Come on, bro. Let me just run your shit. They just want to run your shit. That's it. What they call a Terry stop. All right, man, don't get me started, man. I'm going to really show you how smart I am. Go look up Terry stop when you get off of here with me. Because I guarantee you, a lot of you guys were Terry stopped and you didn't even know it. They made it illegal here in California. But in other states, Terry stop, you look at it, and I guarantee you, if you are a person of color, or you are around with people like that, or you in them neighborhoods, you've been Terry stopped before. Go look it up. I learned that in college. I tell a cop like that, I say, is this a Terry stop? What do you know about that? What do you know about a Terry stop? Man, I'm a criminal justice major, bro. My father's a police officer. I think this is a Terry stop. Well, even if it is, it's legal. Yeah, it is legal. I'm just letting you know I know what you're doing. I'm just letting you know. All right. Okay, Alfredo grubbing, dog. Alfredo out there grubbing, man. I like the fact y'all eating well like that. Okay. Patrice says the police run my plate, then they move around. I mean, that's what he should have did, but he actually had a moving violation on me though. They usually run my plates on me, bro, and then they do that, man. They do that. But this time I actually did something. I legitimately did something, but my reasoning was so justified. And my attitude, and I never rose my voice, just talked in a calm tone of voice, and just looked at him like, okay, man, but if I have to swerve in somebody else's lane, yeah, that's an illegal lane change. But if there's something in the road and I swerve and I get a ticket, I just have to go to court and tell them, hey, man, there was a rake in the road, man, and I'm not going. My child's in the car. Because I know that when the cop pulls you over, they're not just giving you a ticket. They're actually putting, writing notes down, and they're putting down other things like this was in it. Plus, he wanted to see, if he had probable cause to check my car and all that. I rolled all my windows down. There wasn't no smoke in the car. My son's in the car. He could see everything. I made it real easy for him, dog. I rolled all my windows down. I'm not riding dirty. I'm not doing anything I shouldn't be doing. Man, give me my ticket, man. I got to go. But once he came up, all the windows was rolled down. I passed every test. He was just like, come on, man. You're going to tell me this? Like, you're going to actually, he was trying to rationalize it. Like, you're going to actually tell me that's what you did. Yeah, that's what happened. And you know what? I saw you. You were in this lane. So you were looking. So you saw that car. He goes, well, what that person did was legal. Yeah, it was legal, but it put me in jeopardy, put me and my son in danger. So I moved out the way. But if I have to get a ticket for that, so be it. He was just like, get out of here. Get out of here, bro. I don't even want to talk no more. All right. Have a good day, sir. He'll find somebody else to pull over. Okay. All right. He probably did. Okay. Yeah, roaches always get sprayed, bro. That's what they're supposed to do. All right. They come over here and acting the fool. All right. Said he was running like Forrest Gump. I mean, come on, bro. I mean, you can't listen to everybody, man. Just because you have a platform doesn't mean you're worthy to be heard. All right. Oh, no, Raider guy, what's going on, man? He said, I heard rumors about the Raiders looking into drafting Omar Cooper from Indiana with the second round for wide receiver. I saw that, too. They also was talking to running back, another running back as well. I don't have a problem with that. I mean, if you're gonna draft Mendoza like we're going to, man, why not give him some pieces he's familiar with? Help the kid. But this whole we need a bridge quarterback and not letting them start and all of that, man, that's nonsense. Okay? And as far as Orlovsky's is concerned, why is he going so hard? Didn't I tell you guys people that try to push an agenda so hard, bro? It's suspect. When somebody really goes out of their way to try to get you to make a mistake, I mean, if they're really, really, really trying to get you to make a mistake, okay? They're like, hey, man, try this brownie, bro. Try this brownie. Nah, I'm cool, bro. Nah, man, come on, man. It's really good, bro. It's really good, man. Come on, bro. Nah, I'm good, man. I already ate, man. Man, come on, man. Come on, man. It ain't gonna hurt, man. Just take a little bite. Come on, dude. Come on, dude. Come on, man. Why are you trying to get me to eat this brownie so much? I'm just saying, man. I just want to share with you, bro. I mean, you never want to do. Come on, man. Just a little bite, man. Nah, dog. I'm telling you, bro. I've heard in my life, come on, Shaq, so many times. Y'all say it too. Man, you think I'm immune to it? It's like, no way are you guys getting me to walk into an ambush. It's not happening. It's not going to happen, bro. It's not going to happen. I am 14 yards ahead of you. It's always 1st and 10, bro, with Shaq. It's always first down, 1st and 10. First down all the way. I ain't no seconds. Ain't no second down, 3rd down, 4th down. It's first down every play. Simple as that till I score. Then I get the ball back again. First down again. Nope. He really wants us to make a mistake. All right. Okay. Yeah, I heard he was a playmaker too. Rocky Flores. I got caught dropping the goal line in speed, and I was trying to get around a very slow, dangerous driver. Well, I mean, at the end of the day, I had a child in the car. My son was there. My son was in the car, and I was adamant. I did not care. I let him know everything he did. I said, you pulled up on me. You looked in my car. You slowed down. I told him all of that. He's like, oh, I always do. We always look in cars to see if anyone's on the phone. Like, they have an excuse for everything. See if you were on your phone, driving like this. In California, it's against the law to drive your phone in your hand. We do that to see if you're driving. I'm like, okay, I mean, you're a police officer. You can say whatever you want. The police are legally allowed to lie to you as well. They can legally lie. He lied. The police are allowed to lie. If they're doing an investigation, they can use whatever tactic they want to use. They can say you're a suspect when you're not. They can say whatever. Right? So for me, I was armed with everything I needed to be armed with. There was nothing he could do except give me a ticket that was immoral to give me. It was legally, he could have gave me a legal ticket, but he couldn't give me a ticket morality-wise. It would have been immoral to give me a ticket, knowing that the guy cut me off, knowing that my child's in the car, knowing that I did what I needed to do to maintain a safe driving environment for everyone on the road. If you want to give me a ticket for that, it's going to get thrown out, bro. He knew it. He let me go. But he couldn't believe that I was talking to him the way I was talking to him. Once I flipped it on him and let him know, you're a sergeant, you have to be at least 30 years. He's like, yeah. You're obviously a father, because you said you tried to use my age against you by saying I'm older than him, but I wasn't much older. You should know that. You've had your license longer than me. I also know that driving safe is doesn't mean I always have to do what's abiding the law. Sometimes I have to break the law to make sure people are safe, which is what I just did. But if you want to give me a ticket, you have everything. He was silent. He didn't even say, have a good day, nothing. He just walked away. He just walked away. Folded his book up, walked back. Didn't say, all right, Mr. Shaq, have a good day. Hey, son, hey, kid. None of that. Just folded his shit up, walked back. And I said, what a dumbass. All of us ain't stupid. I mean, come on. All right. Just a saw. No, that wasn't today. That was like a year and a half ago. That was not today. All right. What's going on, Aunt Cuss? What's going on, Skillet? Hey, Skillet, what's happening? Okay. All right. Rocky Flores says, I recall that my Khalil Mack has the same degenerative symptoms in his knees. Am I wrong? I don't know. It's common. It's common, man. Remember when Michael Jordan came back to the Bulls? Not to the Bulls. When he came back to the Washington Wizards, when he was out for like 3 years and he came back and they were calling him Floor Jordan and he wasn't flying around anymore. Cartilage in his left knee was bone on bone. Cartilage in your knee is like a shock absorber. It's like on your car. You hit a bump, it gives. All that jumping, flying around, dunking on everybody, all that shit was bone to bone, which is rubbing like this. It hurt for Jordan to jump like he used to. Couldn't jump like that no more. That shit hurt. That's what he just became, the damn mid-range king. I'm shooting mid-ranges and fadeaways all day, going to the basket, flipping the ball around because I still got these big-ass mitts. But I'm not flying over nobody, dunking on nobody no more. Them days are over. It's going to happen to every athlete if you're there long enough. Okay? So I wouldn't doubt it. All right, man. Okay? All right, man. Sanders and Johnson, Lions State. I got you. Yeah, I mean, Lions are doing what they're supposed to do. John Bankhead, East Oakland, Elizabeth High, 35th. That's what it is. Okay, for sure. East O. East O in the building. All right, you already know what it is. Okay, I spent all my time on East Oakland. I didn't spend that much time in West Oakland. Okay, that much. All right. Only time I was really over in that area is when I was there when Tony Dwayne Wiggins had a recording studio over there in West O. So I went over there before, but I really didn't spend a lot of time in West Oakland, really, unless I'm getting some food or something. Okay. All right. Always East O on mine. All right. Kerry, what's going on? Jamal said, bro, the Dallas Cowboys surgery program is like a C, no credibility for me. Well, man, ask Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes got his knee repaired by your doctor, Dan Cooper, and Malik Neighbors from the Giants got his knee repaired by him as well. So maybe your medical staff isn't all of that, but your doctor is well renowned. Okay, well renowned. Can't hate on him. All right. Ravens did not screw over the Raiders. We still have Maxx Crosby, proven player and value. I didn't say they screwed us. I said they brought us back a product we can't move. I didn't say nothing about screwing us. They got away with what they got away with. Okay? All right. Straight up. Likes are liking. All right, man. Likes are liking. Lawrence Tober, Hubert Davis just got fired. Ah! Hell yeah. For those of you guys who do not know, Hubert Davis was the coach of North Carolina. Fired. Get your ass up out of here. Just because you played for Dean Smith, you weren't even no good when you played for Dean Smith. Get your ass out of here. We blew a 19-point lead. Man, I've been a North Carolina fan since 80, 81. When Jordan was a freshman on that damn team. Okay? I couldn't believe we lost like that. We had a 19-point lead. This guy had a six-player rotation. Don't let basketball, man, I could talk that hoop just as good as his football, but y'all may not be able to do that. All right? But thank God. Thank you for telling me that, Lawrence. Thank you. I've been said his ass should get fired, Mo. Man, I'm going to put on my North Carolina shit. Man, I got hella North Carolina shit on. And the Jordans will go with it. Good job. Get your ass up out of here. Bring Roy back. Roy like 85 or some shit. Bring Roy back. Do something. Crazy as hell, man. Damn, Bill Guthridge. Bring back somebody. But what a horrible coach. He's just there because he was Carolina. Now we got to figure out who else we could get. Thank God, bro. Hubert Davis. Get your ass up out of here. All right, Jeff Williams. Okay. Ravens Nation. I mean, Jeff Williams said Ravens Nation better hope he does not get that knee hurt again. Ravens Nation. Like I said, you can't make it up. Okay. Yeah, I saw that. You said we got our quarterback coach, Mike Sullivan. Where was Mike Sullivan with? Was he previously with the Seahawks? Where is he coming from? All right, Jeff Williams. Do you see about Carolina? Carolina said to Max Cam Newton. No, I didn't see it. I didn't see what Cam Newton said. Okay. All right, man. I'm so happy about Hubert Davis. You guys don't even understand. Chris Leonard said, I remember when Shaq Man was excited about Marcus Peters. Nah. That was your boy, Chris. Your boy, Marcus Peters. You always try to flip it. when you were lobbying for Marcus Peters. Shaq, what do you think about Marcus Peters? I said, he's trash. He played for my wife's Ravens the last year. He sucked. Come on, Shaq, man. He's from Oakland. He's Marshawn Lynch's cousin. I said, yeah, but he ain't Marshawn Lynch. Remember? Remember, Chris? And only for him to come over and make business decisions, bro. He has not played in the league since. I told you, man. Don't try to say that's my guy. That's your boy. All right. Yeah, I didn't see what Cam Newton had to say. All right, imagine all those miles that they put on their body deserve to make millions. Yeah. Okay. All right, man. English says Wolfpack, baby. Man, you know, ain't nobody worry about no Wolfpack, man. I mean, what do you guys got? Is Jim Valvano your coach right now? Do you guys got David Thompson back on the Wolfpack? I mean, you guys ain't doing nothing, man. Y'all ain't won one in a long time. All right. Marcus Peters, my distant cousin, man. Peters is my mom's name. Well, that's good, man. That's beautiful. Okay, but as long as he doesn't play for the Raiders, he's okay. Chris Linder said Tillman was with Pitt and the Giants. Okay. Is that the guy we target? That's the guy we wanted? If that's the guy that Kubiak wants, then I'm with it. Okay. All right, man. Marcus Peterson failed his city he's from. He's from Oakland, man. He went over there and mailed it in, bro. How do you mail it in for the team? His father, I don't know his father's name, but his father was a Raider fan, or is a Raider fan, and he had never had a Marcus Peters jersey. Remember, Marcus Peters played for Kansas City. Marcus Peters came into the league in Kansas City. Remember when he was in the Oakland Coliseum and he was getting ready to fight, and Marshawn had to come out and break it up? And they called a penalty on us because Marcus Peters was getting ready to fight with somebody on our team, arguing with somebody, and Marshawn ran out there and he wasn't supposed to, and we got a penalty for it, but nobody said nothing to Marshawn. His father never bought any of his jerseys, and he said it. He said, now my father will buy a jersey. His father didn't buy his jersey when he was with Kansas City. His father didn't buy a Peters jersey when he was with the Ravens, but when he got to the Raiders, he bought one. And what did he do? I mean, went out there, man, just refused to play football, bro. I mean, come on, dog. I mean, that's just a travesty to do that, bro. Travesty. My dream as a Raider fan would be to play for the Raiders, and then I get out there and I mail it in. I mean, come on, man. I mean, that's just as bad as what Devontae did. Devontae came over here, bro. Yeah, he got lied to. Yeah, he got railroaded. But for you to ask for a trade from the Raiders when we just won the game with the Bears is absolutely ridiculous, knowing that I know your father, Doug Adams, and your whole family's Raider fans, and you're a Raider fan. But you to go out like that is sad. Okay? Go out like that is sad. All right? So that's what's up, man. Definitely want to give you guys that game, let y'all know what it is, not what it ain't. But everybody knew what was up. Now you guys know. Let's see if anybody else wants to talk about it. Okay? Or do they want to just keep their relationships so they can be on the sidelines and shit? Okay, that's great. But look at your hands. Do this. All y'all out there that don't want to put out the information when that needs to be put out because you're trying to protect your situations, look at your hands. I guarantee they ain't got shit on them. Bare as hell. You better hope TB12 and Spike Tech get you one. But always remember, when you get your first, that'll be my fourth. Chris Litter said, hey, Shaq, man, you think the Raiders make another solid sign and save money for our rookies? If we get that money back, if we get the Christian Wilkins money, we can make some more moves. And Christian Wilkins wants to play. Okay? Christian Wilkins plans on playing, but we have a grievance. That grievance has to be solved. We did not pay him the extra 30-something million or whatever. I don't think we're going to get it all, to be honest. I think that we're going to get some of it. But let's just say we get half of it. That'll be 15 million. Right now, we only have 30 million right now. There hasn't been anything that's being said about a restructuring of anyone's contract. If we restructure Max's contract, that's 22 million saved on the cap. If we restructure Colton Miller's contract, it'll be 14 million. Come on, bro, that's 36 million dollars right there. Actually, 34 million, 35 million, something like that. Okay, so If we can get the Christian Wilkins money, that'd be great. All right. Rocky Flores says, I'm still pissed at Devontae Adams sabotaged the team for showing halftime Netflix receipts. Well, man, like I said before, man, the game is the game. Can't get mad at the game. Chris Litter, now with Flacco resigning the Raiders role with AOC and Mendoza, then been overpaid for Cousins. Well, I mean, why would Joe Flacco come over and play for the Raiders when he is right there where he wants to be? Joe Flacco's going to be able to play multiple. He's already played multiple years for the Bengals already, because Joe Flacco's been. Joe Burrow has been hurt. I think this is his third year that he's either second or third year. So he knows as long as they're relying on Burrow to be healthy, he's going to have a job. He comes to the Raiders. He's a 1-year bridge guy. He's 40-something years, like 44, 45 years old. He might be able to play for a few more years and get some more checks. I wouldn't come to the Raiders and be 1 year and then I'm out the league, when I could be over here and probably start a few games, because Burrow's going to find that he's going to get hurt. Okay? Yeah, Joe Burrow's a Heisman Trophy winner. Did they ask Joe Burrow about Mendoza? Or they're asking run out of the end zone and then wonder why it's a penalty? Why a flag is thrown? Why the referees is doing this? Come on, man. I don't know if we're rolling with AOC. Right now, I guess AOC is the only quarterback we have on the roster right now. We don't have Chris. We don't have. We do not have. Kenny Two Gloves is not on the roster. Cam Miller is a Miami Dolphin on the practice squad. That was a wasted draft pick. And now we have AOC's the only quarterback we have. We haven't drafted anybody yet. So as of now, the starting quarterback for the Las Vegas Raiders is Aiden O'Connell. We traded Geno Smith to the Siberian Jets. Okay. He's out there eating a Klondike bar right now, freezing to death. So we have one quarterback. So your starter's AOC as of now. Minor Pepper says, start AOC, no need to sign a veteran. Got to talk to Brady about that. Is Brady impressed with AOC? That's the problem that you have, Raider fan. You have the GOAT calling shots. He's evaluating quarterbacks and calling shots and trading your best player, only for the best player to come back worse for wear. So, I mean, everything makes sense until these two guys start calling audibles in the damn administration office. They start calling audibles and shit. Brady's just acting like he's playing flag football. I mean, this dude's all over the place, man. Brady's all over the place, man. He's a he's a de facto GM, but no, he isn't. He's just there to give advice. Oh, he's an owner, and then he's a color commentator for Fox, and then he's a pitchman. Then he is a flag football quarterback trying to make the Olympics. This dude is everywhere except where he should be, with us. But like I said before, I ain't worried about it. Okay, he wins something, great. Okay, if he don't, I still have 3. All right, Chris Leonard, Brady is comfortable with whoever doesn't make the Raiders successful. Hey, man, like I said before, man, I'm not going to spin my wheels behind Tom Brady, bro. He's a Bay Arean running 415 game, and I have to respect the fact that 415 game is being ran, okay? He's running that Bay Area drag. I know it very well. Got me out of a ticket here in L.A. It's gotten me a lot. But like my wife always says, he made a mistake letting you talk. Letting me talk is a mistake. Don't let me talk, because if I talk, it's going my way. All right? Okay, would definitely be played the penny slots. I normally don't gamble. It's a waste of money. Your gambling threshold is low, like mine. Okay? Jeff Williams says, Max is a starting player. Cam says, all the time happened to him and his brother. Well, isn't Cam Newton a Heisman Trophy winner? Funny how Heisman Trophy winners are saying one thing and a guy who can't stay in bounds has all the opinions. I mean, I'm really going to listen to Dan Orlovsky. I mean, might as well, right? Okay, horrible. Horrible. So that's what it is, y'all. All right, man, that's what it is. I guess we'll find out. Chris Leonard says, Shackman, would you consider Calais Campbell as DT for the right place? No. I like Calais Campbell, man, but he's a little long in the tooth now. I mean, for the right price, sure. But he didn't play well the last I seen him play. I mean, when was the last place that he played at, Chris? Didn't he play at Washington? Didn't he play for the Commanders? Or it was a team like that. Calais Campbell played for somebody. He either played for them. I know he was on the Ravens, I think. And then I know that he might have played for Carolina or something. I just haven't seen his name. I mean, he's a name, but I mean, what about Leonard Williams? Where's Leonard Williams at, Chris? He plays for USC, man. That was playing for the Jets. Where Leonard Williams at? Let's go get him. Somebody younger, somebody who ain't long in the tooth like that. Somebody find out where Leonard Williams is. Okay? He's somebody I'd love to have play for us. Oh, he's in Seattle? Makes sense, don't it? They just won a bowl with the homie. Give me somebody like a Leonard Williams who can talk, but he's under contract, so that ain't gonna happen. Calais Campbell, I mean, it ain't gonna hurt as long as he ain't breaking the bank. As long as he's not breaking the bank. I'm open to it if he doesn't break the bank. Oh, he's in Arizona? I knew he was someplace like that. But I mean, yeah, I mean, Arizona's a hop skip. Let's see what Rob Leonard and what Spytek and Kubiak want to do. I mean, Calais Campbell it ain't gonna hurt. I mean, I don't expect him to start, but I mean, I'm not adverse to it. Not adverse to it at all, bro. Okay, I like that Thomas Booker. Oh man, Thomas Booker the fourth, bro. If he has a solid year, man, would be a good rotational player. Well, man, Booker. Like I said before, we had some Eagles fans come over here, some Fly fans come over here, popping it, talking like we got Howie. You know, they always talk about Howie. What's his name? Howie Roseman. He's their GM. They always talking about you get Howie. He Howies everybody. Talking about the traded for Jacorian Bennett. He stole him from us. I was like, come on, bruh. Thomas Booker was balling, and Jacorian was an IR. Nah, you got spy-teched. I can't wait for one of them to come over and say that shit to me again, but they won't. Okay? All right. Isn't Campbell like 40? I don't think he's that old. I think he's like 37, something like that. 36, 37, something like that. Shouldn't be too old. I don't think he's 40. I don't think he's that old. Okay? All right. Okay. Anything else for me? 36. Yeah, Brev Star. What's up, Brev Star? I knew he wasn't that old. 36, something like that. I knew he was like 37. I knew he wasn't that old. 40, I mean, we're going to know. Well, you know, you're on the D line and you're 40, bro. We're going to know. We're going to know that. I can't think of nobody that's that old. I can't think of a defensive player that's that old. You have to be an offensive player to be that old, bro. You can't be 40 in the defense. You can't be 40 in the defense. I mean, I can't think of nobody that's 40 that's in the National Football League. Somebody look it up. I don't think that there's no 40-year-old in the National Football League. We already know we got 40-plus guys. I mean, we had 3 40-plus quarterbacks last year. We had Phillip Rivers, we had Joe Flacco, and we had Aaron Rodgers. He's 39? Okay, he's 39. Okay, he's not 40. See? So we're still right. Okay? But I can't think of no player. He's probably the oldest defensive player out there. Okay. All right. Alfredo talking about Dan O again on the Pat McAfee show. I mean, Pat McAfee's gonna handle that. This dude's a clown, bro, and he has to be. Okay? He has to be. I mean, if Dan Orlovsky was not on TV anymore, would you even notice? Would you even notice if he wasn't on the air? The only time you notice him, he says ridiculous shit. He's like, what's his name? What's his name? Nick. What's his name? Nick. The dude with the long hair and shit. What's that boy name? Nick. Always saying stupid shit. The Nick dude. What's his name? Nick. Whatever his damn name is. That dude always says something stupid. He wouldn't be on there if we didn't know that. So you said Von Miller's 36. Nick Wright. Yeah, Nick Wright. Man, if he wasn't on TV, you wouldn't even know this. Kendrick Perkins says some crazy shit. But we would miss Kendrick Perkins, bro. We wouldn't be like, what happened to Kendrick? We would say that. What happened to Perk? Perk be saying some ridiculous shit. But Perk, I would notice that Perk wasn't there because Perk stands out. Perk be saying some ridiculous shit, but Perk also be saying some real shit too. Okay? So I'll be like, man, what happened to Perk? Y'all got rid of Perk? See, Nick Wright don't have that. Dan Orlovsky don't have that kind of cachet where you would miss him, where you would be like, what happened to him? Okay? All right, man. Okay? Yeah, go watch Alfredo. Go watch Dan Orlovsky when he was on the Lions and go watch him run out of the end zone and give the other team a safety and he throws the football not understanding that he was out of bounds. Egalitarian said J.J. Puig, Taka Hemingway, Jonah Lalu, Thomas Booker IV, Adam Butler, Malcolm Kuntz, Quiddy Pay, Tyree Wilson, Max Crosby. Come on, bro. You forgot 2 dudes. Okay? You forgot a couple of dudes. Okay? What happened to Kobe Dean? What happened to Quay Walker? You forgot the 2 dogs, the 2 dog linebackers that Max was talking about. You forgot them 2. You forgot Eric Stokes. I mean, it's woo. Woo. That's all I gotta say is woo. Okay. All right, man. Only listen to Rich Eisen. Rich Eisen is always on point. What do I think about Myles Garrett? He's the best edge rusher in the game. Best edge rusher in the game is Myles Garrett, man. He won back-to-back depoys and broke the record. I mean, what can we say? Hey, Bushido. Dan who? You mean Dan who has more interceptions than touchdowns? You see that? See what a little bit of research will do you? You guys are worried about a guy that threw more picks than tugs. I'm not listening to someone whose career was a flash pan. I listened to Tony Romo before him. T. Romo's way more qualified. But like I said, man, Dan Orlovsky, man, you wouldn't even know he wasn't there. You would not even miss him. He comes on like, Dan, we got to go to Dan Orlovsky. Oh, yeah, he's still with ESPN? Oh, okay. Revstar asked me because I'm a Browns fan. Hey, man, I can't lie, man. The game doesn't need liars. You thought I was going to say he wasn't because I'm a Max Crosby fan? No. Come on, Myles Garrett is him, dog. He's the one. But y'all better take care of Shedeur and get him some weapons. Okay? Getting rid of Kevin Stefanski is the best thing you dog pound cats ever did because he straight tried to hate on Shedeur, bro, and it didn't work. All right? So Orlovsky has 15 touchdowns and 13 interceptions. I mean, might as well say he has more interceptions than touchdowns. This dude don't even have 20 touchdowns. Okay? He horrible. All right, man. What game are we going into the season? I don't know yet. Dog. There's a bunch of things going on. Okay? I'm trying to figure out what's going on with this, if the 49ers and the Raiders are going to play in Mexico City or not. I'm trying to figure that out. That's an away game. I got to go to an away game. But we'll figure it out. It's going to be a good one. The Monday night games are good, man, but I'd like to go to an alumni game so I can get some hobnob on with my boy E. Trizzle. E. Trizzle knows everybody. Ain't that right, E. Trip? Oh, they're playing in the Bay? Okay, I'm going home then. I heard that there still might be a chance that them playing in Mexico City. I know the 49ers are playing Mexico City. New Orleans trip sounds pretty good too. But I also hear there's a rumor that the New Orleans might be playing the Raiders in Paris. Okay. Say you hope the greatest 49 games in Santa Clara. That would be nice because I've never been in that stadium before. I'd love to go. All right. Chris Leonard, me and buddies are going to the Jets Raiders game this year. Oh, I was thinking about that game because my sister-in-law lives 10 minutes away from the Meadowlands. I might be doing some I might be maneuvering around a little bit. I might be maneuvering around a little bit. Get ready. You're ready to see me in different places. You're ready. All right. It's all right, man. Think we did good. Okay. I mean, he gonna be there. I mean, shit, I can't worry about who's on the other team, Alfredo. He's on the other team. Okay. And I may have to do that, Chris. I may have to do that. We'll see. Going to New York is always cool. I like going to New York. All right. So I'm definitely gonna be moving around. I'm definitely gonna be around, bro. Trust and believe. I'm definitely gonna be somewhere. I don't know yet. We'll see. We'll see when the real schedule comes out where I'm gonna be at. But I'm definitely gonna be somewhere. Okay. We will find out. I will definitely let you know, Chris. That would be cool. Okay. Hang out with you and the fellas. You know what I'm saying? All right, come on, man. I'm not gonna answer crazy questions. All right. Like I said, I don't answer stupid questions, man. I'm from the Bay, man. I don't answer stupid questions. Okay? You answer some good ones, but that one right there is not a good one. Don't ask me that. All right? All right, man. Anything else, man? Hey, man. Hey, man. Salute to you too, Alfredo, man. Glad you had a good time down there in Palm Springs, brother. Palm Springs is always nice. I like Palm Springs. It's always nice. All right, man. Sun going down, bro. Get my ass up out of here. They're lagging on the schedule release. It happens, I think, next month or something like that. Okay? Soon. We'll find out. All right, man. Did you fill out that bracket or did you get into that? Man, my bracket was killed as soon as North Carolina lost. My bracket was done. That's why Hubert Davis got fired. I'm about to go get on ESPN and watch him get fired. No, my bracket was cooked. Absolutely cooked, man. I didn't even make it that far at all. Kentucky got embarrassed. Yeah, man. I mean, it's been a lot of that. Looking like UConn might have it. UConn might be it. We'll see. UConn might got it, man. All right. Bracket was shellacked when Santa Clara got screwed. I mean, it's a wrap. It's a wrap, dog. Hitting on all those brackets, bro, you better off trying to get you a lottery ticket. Okay? Somebody's going to hit on it, but, you know, did they bet any money? Okay? Duke or Michigan. I can't root for Duke, man. I'm a Tar Heel. I cannot root for the Dukies, bruh. I cannot do it. I can't. Even if Michigan gets their ass whooped, I cannot root for the Blue Devils, bro. I can't do it. It's not even. That's like me rooting for the Chiefs, bro. I can't do that shit. I can't. All right. Okay. Alabama might do something. How Florida gonna lose to Iowa? Not play good. All right, man. Arizona, man. Bryce James is on Arizona. My man, Bron's son. Okay. All right, man. Duke plays at St. John's. Oh, man, St. John's, man. St. John's got to handle that. St. John's got to handle that, man. Let's go ahead, St. John's. Shoot, I go back in the days, Chris. Like, don't get me start talking hoop. I remember when Lou Carnesecca was the coach over there at St. John's when they had Walter Berry. This is before your time. Walter Berry and Chris Mullin. When Chris Mullin didn't have the flat top, he just had the long, floppy Larry Bird hair. He was number 20. Left-handed lightning, killing him. Lou Carnesecca, Walter Berry, Chris Mullin. I'm from that era. Okay? Do I want Mendoza? Yeah. Why wouldn't I? What am I going to do? Just keep not getting stuff? Just keep not getting stuff. Bev Star, I'm just going to sit here and just let good players just not be picked. I got a whole first pick. I'm just going to not do it. Just because I want to continue to not have. I mean, I got to draft it. I have no choice. All right? I won 3 games last year. 3. You tell me, should I draft him? Okay? All right? All right, y'all. Love y'all, man. I'm going to go ahead and go. Y'all got it. Okay, Rocky Flores. Do not go to Mexico no matter what. It's bad for your health. My grandparents robbed by Mexican police back in the days when Cruz RP was the greatest generation ever. Hey, man, I've been to Mexico before. I just didn't go on vacation. But I had people that went to the Raiders, and when the Raiders last played in Mexico City, I got friends that went there, and they were like, man, they were advised to don't go far. Stay right around the hotel area. Don't start venturing off. Okay? So, but as long as I'm in the tourist area, I'll be just fine. All right. And Mark Jackson. That's right. And Mark Jackson. Mark Jackson, Chris Mullin, Walter Berry, Lou Carnesecca. Good team. Yeah, we did hire a quarterback coach, man. We filled it, man. Okay? Hey, man, like I said, man, I'm tired of not winning, bro. Somebody got to do something. Okay? I'm doing my job. Yeah, Mike Sullivan. Chris said that he was the quarterback's coach for Pittsburgh and somebody else. But what we need to know when it comes to this guy, where was he with Kubiak? That's the key. It doesn't matter where he was at, where he came from. It matters is what his relationship with Kubiak is. Was he with Kubiak with the 49ers? Was he with Kubiak when he was with the Seahawks? Where was this Sullivan at with him? That's the key. Or does he have a relationship with Andrew Janako, who is our OC? There's a relationship. Let's find the relationship and it'll make sense. Yeah, and the sweater. Luke Carnesecca always wore the sweater. Always had a sweater. Always had the collared shirt, not buttoned up. High collar, sweater. Yeah, man. So watch them all the time on ESPN. ESPN, those games, bro. So watch them all the time. All right. He worked with Eli. Okay. All right, man. Looks like we got some solid stuff jumping off, y'all. All right. But all right, man. I'm going to go ahead and let y'all have it, man. I get to go back in the house when it ain't cold. Everything is good in the hood. But at the end of the day, man, go check out ESPN's hit piece from beat writer there, man, who did that investigative journalism on there, and find out everything in detail on what happened with the Crosby trade and what they didn't tell us. And looks like everybody knew that there was a degenerative knee issue, but nobody said nothing. But the Ravens, they dirty macked it, and sometimes it works. Sometimes you pull somebody's girl with a lie. Sometimes you lied, but hey, she right here. Until she ain't here, you're running around trying to figure out where she at. I'd rather be me than you. Not the second filter.